All right. You were charged with your task for acquiring citizenship in Paris, and with it, shelter from the sanctions that the Imperium have continued to level against you to this day. And you were tasked with slaying the fabled King of Worms, who lives somewhere deep in the catacombs beneath Paris. And throughout the week, y'all have been dealing with your various move-ins and working things out and getting your domain set up. And tonight, as you guys are gonna be going out to do your feeding and stuff, three of you, it's gonna be Lesk, Sarah, and Fulkin, get texts. And real quick, let me check. I don't think anybody but Sarah had a lot of reason to interact with the crone last Chronicle.
I'm just checking my phone to see what text it is.
The text you get says midnight, Levoy Perret, which is one of the boroughs of Paris. What?
Sorry, Britt just keeps sliding on my leg because she refuses to move.
Silly dog. Levoy Perret, which is one of the boroughs of Paris. And you probably all have it in your phone. The number belongs to Explicit, who is a member of the Circle of the Crone back in Houston.
He's my brosa.
And you all got it the timestamp as having been a couple minutes ago, so he must be on y'all's time zone or something. Mm-hmm. But that's all he sends to you guys.
There was something I didn't need to tell everyone about Houston. It got lost.
Gotcha. Then you guys can do your feeding, which I think everyone but Drake at this point has a domain to feed on, or a space to do that with. So I'm going to assume the rest of you will be able to go ahead and fill up. Drake, I need a roll from you.
Assumptions
Assumptions are being made.
A 7.
Yeah.
7? Okay. We'll say that, let's see, you're at BP3 right now. You will be able to grab 10 blood with that. So you're 3 away from full. Now the question is, how are you guys handling this night? Because unless I miscalculate, this should be the 31st. Night of the 31st, ticking over to the 1st of January.
The last date I have written down is the 18th.
That was when we came out of.
Yeah, that's when y'all came out.
25th, the next one.
Y'all to Paris, I thought Christmas night, like the 25th, ticking over to the 26th, or 24th, ticking over to the 25th.
Yeah, we were in the drawing room on the 18th, and then we had the court.
Yeah, we woke up
25th.
The 18th, yeah.
Yeah.
So
okay.
It's New Year's now?
So it should be New Year. This should be New Year's Eve, I believe.
Okay.
This is 2010.
Yeah, like earlier.
Because let's see, December.
Yeah, this should be New Year's Eve 2010.
2 weeks.
I got it.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So.
Yeah, 2 weeks from the 18th is the 1st.
Yeah.
So it would be Friday night.
Yeah. So this is Friday. Yeah. This is Friday night. At midnight, when the clock strikes 12, the New Year starts. So that's where we are. Right now, it's...
I'm gonna
go ahead.
I'm gonna go ahead and say it before I forget that it could be later, but whenever we next meet up, I'm just gonna say I heard from Houston it was Madame Moreau. Madame Moreau said that there was a zombie that crawled out of Ivan?
Yes.
Was it Morbus's crypt? The zombie crawled out of it?
I believe so. Yeah, Morbus's crypt. So, it came from
Zombie
that
crawled
direction.
out of it, and her spiders were attacking it. It laughed, laughing. It getting taken down, still laughing. Would not go down, and finally she just went.
Laughing zombie.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, that was very strange.
down in the catacombs.
I figured I should probably tell you all that because we have holdings there. Yeah. Okay.
Yep. So y'all can get that tidbit of information from Lesk. And the question becomes right now how you want to handle your evening. You know what the task is before you. And y'all discussed things already. So where are y'all starting out? Or gathering, or going, or meeting, or whatever.
Well, I mean, a familiar place, we could meet at the club if we're just trying to gather, but I mean, we've already said shared information. No pew pew. Ivan, is there any of that information I need to look at? How did you add it down?
No, it was all stuff that was just pertaining to your personal interaction with your people and stuff like that, and where your assets are.
Okay, I'm just making sure it wasn't anything that would.
It shouldn't be anything urgent that I was looking at now.
Okay.
I would say arm up and let's go down.
I would say I don't feel like we're ready yet. We need to figure out how to that was the.
We just broke up a lot, but I think you said you weren't ready to take on the king.
No, I'm not ready to take on the king just yet. I think we need to figure out a way how to flesh him out. That was the plan.
Oh, how to flesh him out? Okay.
We need to flush him out.
When you lean back from your computer, you cut out completely.
Yeah?
Well, no, like, when you talk and then you do this number, none of us can
So
hear
when
you.
it's talking, going back, it just starts distorting.
Yeah, there it goes. Yeah.
Hmm.
It's weird.
So
Sound waves.
we
How the fuck do they work?
So Lesk and Sarah were both of the same mind that we should flush him out. We need to figure out how to do it. So that's what he would be doing. He would be trying to see if we can engineer something.
You know, like a bunch of guys.
I mean, fire would always be a beneficial thing if we could get that to work for us. Like, cut off some of the tunnels to hurt him a particular direction. But there's no knowing what he can actually do, so it might not actually work. But I mean, it's an idea.
I mean, you always flooded.
Yeah, but that only goes so far because we don't need to breathe. Is the problem? I mean, yeah, there's the benefit of getting washed down tunnels, but that's just assuming you can't get a hold on something.
If we flooded with gasoline, you know
water.
how much gasoline we would need?
That is a lot of gas.
Well, no, that's the thing. We wouldn't even necessarily need to, like, fill it. We would just have to have a thick enough barrier to block off some tunnels.
Yeah.
So if we could get something like a sticky explosive down there
I could do that.
and detonate something to basically, like if the tunnel's this long, we just get essentially a ring of fire through the tunnel that's at least that long, so it's not easy to like celerity through or something. Because even then, I mean, even if you do that, you're still going to be on fire. But
Yes.
Is there a way that I can remote detonate those trap things I'd set up and not turn it into, instead of a trap, an explosive?
Yeah, that would be something that would actually be pretty easy to do because one of Dollface's challenges was figuring out how to make them not do that before she wanted them to. So being able to do it would be pretty easy. Yeah.
That's something.
Yeah, y'all could also a couple of things. Also, if you need figuring out the logistics of like where to place these things, you can try to hit up some of the Nos in the city. They know the tunnels. And there is a river that runs through Paris. So you do have a lot of water at your disposal, depending on what you do with it. So,
nasty water.
Pretty nasty water.
I would suggest that I have a means of making some traps that's almost like a napalm type thing, and it actually takes a special chemical to douse flames. So why is it out there? So why? So yeah. So that would be something really beneficial to flushing them out, I think. Sorry, I'm being distracted. I just need to get supplies.
And like feed to get back up the flood.
Yeah. So that's an option. And yeah, the traps can be done. Oh, sorry. I was gonna say the traps can be done, and y'all could easily use your Legion ghouls who build things super duper fast to get those done in probably a couple hours, depending on how many you want.
Well, would I at least talking to those Nos people?
Mm-hmm.
Because I talked to them a little bit this week. Would I know how dense the tunnels are? How deep it goes, or do I need to talk to them again?
You have an idea that they go deep enough. At the first level of where they still run around, it goes deep enough that your true worm activates. Mm-hmm. So you know that at just the shallowest depth, it's deep enough for you to stay awake during the day. From there on, a lot of the knowledge of it is kind of lost because they know how deep it was a few decades ago.
Yeah.
And they could tell you that, it's probably 4 or 5 levels down to the deepest tunnels. But they largely suspect that the King of Worms has probably dug deeper since then, especially with all the Nosferatu he's enthralled down there in the past.
So 500 just bombs.
Yeah, you might need a lot, but it depends on where you place them and what your strategy is. But
for now, they'll have the Legion will have the materials I need, so they can just build it. I won't have to gather anything.
Yeah.
Fund it, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the Legion can do that easy.
So I can talk to Clarissa, explains it all.
Mm-hmm.
And, I'll talk to her and ask her to start making them.
Mm-hmm.
And when I say stop.
Okay.
So
then she'll tell you that
the open number.
Sounds good. Then she'll have them just start making as many as they can as quickly as they can.
And for now, we're making them to where they will be able to remote detonate.
Sounds good. All right, so you
are
guys
we,
have
trying to seal him in, or
push him out.
So
that's what we're talking
about. We're going to blow the tunnels up from above.
No.
Flush him out?
We're not blowing them up. This is not C4. I explained it earlier.
Yeah.
Oh, this is the napalm. Okay.
Napalm.
Sorry, at some point we were talking about blowing things up and then switched to napalm and I got lost.
Yeah. It's a napalm trap that I'm turning into where I can remote detonate.
Good deal.
It's actually one of the things I'm using to help secure the tunnels in Madrid. That's one of the few ways I can help them out.
Right.
Anyway, it's napalm, so it's meant to flush them out. And probably thin the numbers as we go.
Yeah, fucking over your own clan.
I can't use that one.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's not my fault they serve a false god.
True words.
So that's my thing. I
Okay.
explained to you that I'm getting that started, and that's the plan that I want to go with. I'm open to suggestions. I'll look to Sarah first, because she was the one that had the next most information about the king, unless someone was close now. Sounds good.
He's a scary motherfucker, and we might die. That's the most information I got on him.
Information I got.
Vulcan approves the fire.
I will die.
Wait, did you will die? What?
You got it.
Ah!
Wake up.
So you still trying to get your Skype up?
No, I have to update my computer.
Oh, okay.
Let's see. What else?
Let me Skype. It says you need to update.
What are the resources? Okay, so the resource you have at hand, you have the local Nosferatu, who would be able to tell you routes and passages that they know of. Once you get down beyond their realm of knowledge, you're on your own. But you could use that. But you can use what they know to plan your heist.
I can talk to Jacques Thibault, I think was his name. I can talk to him again.
Yeah.
So do you want to do that?
Yeah,
Well,
he runs pretty frequently, so he knows. Yeah.
We can start for time's sake, since we're just like trying to get into this right now.
Right. What the other thing was? He's an ancient, which means that if he's max blood potency, and if he's as old and as strong as he claims to be, or people claim he is, one, he has to have a lot of blood to keep himself going, and two, he can only possibly be feeding from direct childer.
So he has childer.
He must.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, and another thing to have further proof of that is that he's using, what is that called? Prophet of Doom? Oh, whatever.
Yes.
Nightmare 8 is. So, yeah. I don't know. Les does not know all the nightmare powers. I do, but Les doesn't. But so far, he knows one beyond of what he can do, which is not going to be.
He's gonna feed from left.
Oh, I'm one of his childer.
Okay. We're gonna find out when he feeds from you.
I was just, I was asking to make sure. Oh, wait, never mind. We'll do this next week.
Oh.
That's right. I didn't have time to look up Saraceno anymore. Anybody else?
I've got
My God,
Stick
fine. I won't
survey.
talk.
No talk for you.
No, yeah, I mean, I don't have anything on the King of Worms. I left that to our resident Nos. So, I mean, whatever you guys want to go with, Vulcan is down for. Fire, cool. Fire's always good. Burn all the things. So,
This works really well.
So basically, whatever the group decides is our plan of attack to deal with the King of Worms, Vulcan's all for it. Just, we gotta deal with him. Don't care what we do, just get it done.
Okay.
Show me what to shoot with my bow.
All right, so I'll just, like I said, I'll just talk to Jacques,
Shoot it.
and then that's my next step in the plan.
Okay.
I need to talk to. I knew he was kind of knowledgeable, and he was not afraid to talk about the guy.
Yeah.
That's
Let's see. Jacques can tell you that the tunnels down there get really twisty and crazy. One of the things you're going to have to watch out for is the fact that some of the Nos down there have some pretty high-level obfuscate powers that let them change the tunnels. Essentially, they make you unable to perceive the path forward. So he suggests that if you have that you bring someone who can pierce obfuscate illusions. One moment, yes, ma'am. It's just sitting in the folder. The base vampire folder. I forgot to drop it to your box. I'm sorry. That's my bad.
That's what I was asking. I knew that it was in there. I just wasn't sure where.
Yeah, that's my fault.
With Ospe, so
yeah, so he would suggest brings people who can pierce obfuscate. He also suggests that you keep your group tight. There is safety in numbers, but if you but getting separated is how they take people out down there. If you can help it, don't be alone.
On that, I would say. Sorry, they're still talking. On that, I would suggest, tight, like you said, tight group. We need to bring. I would suggest more boosts if for some reason he can't do it. That's the thing. But I would have the stronger, durable ones on the outside of the circle, whatever, and then the rail ones on the inside of it.
Yeah, Morbus is definitely game to go down there and fight and stuff like that. Those of you who have Auspex will as you know, for those of you who have Auspex, you know that the way it works is that you yourself can like see through the illusions, but you have to point them out to other people. So if you don't, it'll be on you to spot things like traps and walls and like holes and things like that may have been obfuscated, or else other people will just walk right into them.
And I could also bring Michelle. I know she has high Auspex.
She does. She has very high Auspex, so she would also be another good help.
Okay.
You have okay Auspex. The other thing I was going to say is there are at least 3 different paths that he uses reliably when he goes down there. And you will likely want, if your goal is to flush the king out, you'll likely want to use one of these. One of them leads into the Paris subway. So you would access it from the subway tunnels, and then there's a path that goes straight down to the deep catacombs from there. If you flush the king out that way, you will be flushing him out onto train tracks.
I want to smack him in the face with a train! A train that's on fire!
Oh, good God.
I have drive. I can do it.
And the reason and why she's able to do it?
It's true, you know it.
Because Vulcan's standing in there. She's driving, but he's just making her not be scared of fire, and he's just like, you're okay.
Suppressing her friends, the frenzy.
I give in to frenzy. Arno would be totally up for that.
Prospect is different.
He's not even red surrender. He's black surrendered.
No, dude. I use that first dot of demon tate that allows me to like make you feel whatever I want you to feel, and I just keep rolling to make her feel calm. You're calm. You're totally calm. You're just calm. Everything's on fire. You're calm.
You're fine. You're fine. Don't worry about it. You're fine.
I would also say, because otherwise I might forget, I would also say I did hear that from I read from what I would say is a reliable source that he draws power from down there. And that's yet another reason we need.
The what? I didn't hear you.
He draws power from down there.
He draws power from being deep in the underground.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
But we need to. That's another reason why we need to push him to the surface. First of all, ambush, all that shit. Some turf advantage down there, as long as in terms of power, and he knows all the territory, all that shit. Push him up.
Yep.
We take a lot of his strength away.
Yep.
With the exception of him being.
The other thing that he gets power from, or or not gets power from. The other way that goes down that you could drive him back up is one that leads out and onto the waterway. There's a really old subterranean wharf that was abandoned like a century ago or so, and from there's a set of tunnels that lead straight down. You could use that to get down and drive him back up. You would be driving him out into the river, which will have a lot of boat traffic and things like that, especially with New Year's being tonight. There's going to be people all along the waterway, so that is also a thing. And lastly, looking at my map of Paris.
He cares a shit about that.
There is one that leads down out of an old mausoleum in Boulagane Park. It's a really creepy area of the town. It's one of the larger parks that's interior to the city, but it's really heavily wooded, and especially at night, it's pretty hard to see in there. So that would be have good cover. You would, however, have no infrastructure or buildings or anything like that to use against him. It's just trees and land.
I'm alright.
So
frontier fighting.
So yeah, so it would be a much more straight up fight that way. So those are his suggestions for how you get down there and to where you would be driving him, depending on what your option is.
Because I can use the whole stone flesh thing.
That's true. You do get power from land, so.
Yep.
So the open land, bringing him up that way, and what was the one before the river?
Train tracks.
Train tracks.
The subway, yeah. I'll write it into the thing. Subway, river, park.
I would say that I would not go with the river. I would do the subway or the other one. The other one sounds better, but
Richard votes for the park.
Okay.
I think Sarah was voting for the park too. Yeah.
No, I don't with either.
Oh, okay. So you'd be either way.
I would go with either. I think we could set up more of an ambush-ish subway.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe the park would be better just because of.
Yeah. Morbus would advise that if you're planning to use fire as a weapon, that you not do it in the park.
Yeah. Then it'll go out of control.
Yeah.
We're just using it to flush him out.
Not to do that thing.
We're using it to flush him out. I never said anything about actually using it on him.
True, yeah.
But
yeah.
That would at least drive him out and keep him from going back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You burn the tunnels behind him. Yep.
And take some of his number out.
He's a maquette. They take double damage.
Who's a maquette?
Morbus is.
Oh, yeah. I was like, wait, we just talked about this guy being a Nosferatu. What is he, change plans? Like rats?
Yes.
Okay, ask Raph. Because you need to speak up. Because they can't hear you.
Oh, is Justin saying something? I can't hear him at all.
Yeah, see? You need to speak up. Well, yeah, but Richard talks loud enough for it to come to mind.
I said maybe we should ask Raph.
Ask Raph for help?
He's just talking about the clan change things. I was just saying if he wants to talk up in the future,
Gotcha.
that wasn't important. Anyway,
Right.
All right. Anybody else want to do something? I've been thinking.
I say park. And subway park.
So let's see. So I think we've narrowed it down to subway and park. It sounds like people are saying no to the river. I've got at least one person who does want to do park.
Okay.
Well, usually, I mean, subway would probably be a little bit easier to keep masquerade breaches to a minimum, I would assume.
Yeah.
And we could still use fire if we need to. You never know what's going to happen in the park. It's, open, more visible. If shit turns really bad.
And stuff too, so.
Say what?
Plus, I can still do my stone stuff down in the tunnels.
Right. Turn yourself into concrete.
I will say though that in the subway we won't. It's going to be a little bit more contained, so we might have a disadvantage on being able to just dogpile them. Yes,
it's gonna chill.
Wait, what are we talking about? Keep this.
So let's see. So I hear
playing around.
Yeah. So I hear 2 for subway, 1 for park, and at least 2 undecided. Is that what I'm?
Do we want to do it? Let's just do a big vote.
Okay.
Justin. Park or subway? Said subway.
Okay. So Justin wants to do subway. Jordan, where are you going at? Where you want to be?
At the moment, I see benefits to both.
Okay.
If we're going to use fire, which, why not? Subway. The only thing that gives me that I'm a little apprehensive about in the park, because I don't really think that there's going to be much of a masquerade breach. And yeah, we can't use fire, but it's because it's so open, and he's an old motherfucker. If he feels like he's going to,
that was what Amber was saying is good about the subway, because he can't. There's less room for him to run, so he can't just escape. He can't just
and
GTFO.
we also have more of a chance to set up a means of him not being able to escape. Like, I don't know, yeah, people down there would be fine, but I think it'd be funny. He's just running. They're like, he's running. We can't catch him. No, it's good. And he runs off in the distance, and I'm going,
boom. So that's 2 for subway. I know Richard still wants to do park, yeah?
Yes.
that's because there's doves in the park.
Doves. You need to pick up some animalism. Sarah, where were we at? Subway or park?
I said subway.
Okay.
Because it's more contained,
Mm-hmm.
and it limits the places that he can run.
Okay. And Vulcan was for park, right? I mean, it was for subway, right?
Eat fresh.
All right. Damn it. All right, so it sounds like we're going to do this in the subway. You guys will be able to easily get a map of the Parisian subway system, along with a train schedule as well. There are trains running all night, especially tonight, as Parisians are running all over the city to and from their various parties and things like that. So it looks like the subway tunnels will be busy. However, you're fairly certain that if you time it right, you'll be able to come up with certain windows that are going to be roughly 5 to 10 minutes wide, where you'll have empty subway train tracks if you time it right.
Oh, yeah, so that's like an hour and a half of combat.
Yeah, exactly. And so, yeah, that's forever in a fight.
And it is January 1st, 2011, right?
It's 31st right now. It will be the 1st at midnight.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're doing the night of New Year's.
Smart like
Meanwhile,
that.
while we're in the tunnels digging around with the King of Worms, Belial gets reborn into this world.
Yeah, because that princess is a bitch. A
little bit.
Seeley, about how many people? Well, you said keep it tight, so maybe that's actually hard to see.
I'm leaving that up to you. it's up to you guys who and how many of who you want to bring with you on this.
I would bring 2 or 3 people, and
Okay.
then after that, I might have pause to, be like,
I mean, you can't bring the whole pack, but
I know that.
Butcher
okay.
would definitely be a good, because he has experience in tunnels just like me, actually more so.
Mm-hmm.
Michelle for her aspects.
Okay. That's an aspect.
Might have to think about the other one. I want to go with Olivia, but I might go with someone.
Okay. Anybody else bring in people, or anyone in particular they want to have accompany them on this venture?
I'd bring
Teresa.
Lizzie and the doppelgangers, 2 of the doppelgangers.
All right.
I would bring
That's
Teresa.
Uriel and Steno, right? Because the other 2 are in Africa. Okay.
Yep.
I'm gonna bring my gangrel.
Which Gangles?
I only have 3.
Oh, I thought you had 5 now. That's right. The other are hounds. I keep forgetting that. I'm sorry.
God damn it.
What?
Yeah, your screen totally froze.
Yeah, I know.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, yours is fine. I have many numbers.
All right. So let's see. That's going to be Liz. And then Sarah is going to be Weston, Dina, and Rachel. And is Drake bringing anybody? Drake?
Probably not.
Okay.
I'm weakened up.
What'd he say?
I'm weak enough.
Oh.
Are you still doing updates?
I'm trying to log in now.
All right, so Drake's rolling on his own. I assume Terrell's rolling on his own too. Y'all doing that solo?
Sorry.
All right, so Butcher, Michelle, and Teresa.
Yeah, I've got Butcher, Michelle. Okay, Teresa. All right, let me put Teresa
My
on there.
bad.
All righty.
She's good now. She's nice and scrappy.
Yeah, she is. Okay, so I've got you guys' groups as per usual. I'll be running the NPCs by the combat mitigation rule, which means that you guys might be fighting like 30 baddies, but you guys personally only have to worry about like 8 or 9 of them, because your buddies have your back. Anybody who has group fighting styles and or group merits, those should apply if you have the requisite followers with you for them.
Oh, so I can do About That Life?
Huh? Yes, you can be about that life. You can hit motherfuckers with other motherfuckers.
No, I'm talking about being able to knock someone out of their clothes.
Oh.
I will make that happen. Anyway,
Now, that's a changeling fighting style, man. You can't get that.
bullshit. I was
Fighting
gonna have
style about
Teresa
that life.
magic things. The weird things that she can do. The perks or whatever that. What is that? The luck magic, is it?
Oh yeah, where she curses people?
Curse of Ill Fortune or luck magic?
Yes. Curse of Ill Fortune should be the one where she curses them to a specific role for the evening, and Luck Magic is the one I think where she gives you 9 and 8 again.
Can I do both?
You can, but I believe each one takes 10 minutes. I mean, you are still waiting. You are still going to be waiting about an hour or so before Clarissa will have some traps for you to take down there with you.
Okay.
So within an hour or so, she could do
Both.
3 rolls of each.
Okay, cool.
Yes.
All right. And the luck magic focuses on one person at a time, right?
Yeah, one person at a time.
Okay. In a specific thing that I wanted.
Yeah, it's a specific role. So she could buff your weaponry or your brawl.
Okay.
Yeah. I believe it has to be skills. I don't think you can do it to discipline pools.
Could do it for Survivor.
You could do it to survival, yes, which would help with the whole stuff.
The tunnels and my bloodline.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, we'll start with that.
All right.
I don't know what her pool is. You didn't write it on there.
That's fine.
What it uses.
Let me check her sheet.
Okay, you have her sheet?
Yeah, I've got there's a copy here. Stupid cryptid powers. How do they work?
You made them.
I know, right? This one is actually from the Night Horrors book, and cryptids are always a little odd. They don't use the same. What do you call it? Okay, I couldn't remember if she followed spirit powers or normal or physical powers. Okay, so let's see. Critical fortune. That's going to be her. Her cult. So she should have a pool of 7 for it.
Nice. For the luck magic?
Yes.
Okay, well, I rolled a 9, so that's 16.
Okay.
And that's the buff. Last survivor.
Yeah, so that should be an 8 again, I think, to your survival.
8. So
let me check.
8 again. So I get 8 again, but no 9 again.
That would be some shit. Let me double check that power just to make sure I remember how that is in fact how it works. Night Horrors, Wicked Dead.
Like.
Magic.
I would also ask Fulkin.
Oh, yeah.
I would also ask Fulkin because I've witnessed Fulkin do no before, right?
Mm-hmm.
I would ask Fulkin what exactly he would use because I want her to buff that power because the King of Worms is going to be doing some crazy shit. If you could just go no, that would help us a lot.
Okay.
Okay, so real quick, for that ritual, it's only 9 again for the 10-minute ritual. She has to spend 30 minutes for an 8 again.
9 again is fine.
Yeah. Okay. So you have 9 again on your survival. Let me write that down. Sorry. Continue, Fulkin.
That's if Fulkin wants to tell me. I'm trying to help us out. If he doesn't want to tell me, he don't have to tell me.
Someone invite that.
So Fulkin's question would be, what exactly? Well, basically trying to figure out exactly what she would do. I mean, like, which is it the discipline or itself, or is it like an attribute?
It's a skill.
Skill.
Basically, it would be a skill that you use with that power.
Oh, well, the skill...
It would help other stuff, but I'm trying to buff that skill in particular.
Okay. Well, the skill that this one uses is intimidation.
Okay, so we can buff your intimidation.
All right, so let's see. You will get... Go ahead and roll for it real quick.
Yeah.
How am I getting
a 4. So that's 2 successes.
So 2 successes. Okay. So the way it works is you get 9 again for a number of rolls equal to her manipulation. Her manipulation is 3. So you will get 9 again for 3 rolls with that roll.
So I can roll 9 again 3 times.
Yes, with that specific pool.
So that means he can get 9 again 3 times, or that means the first 3 times he uses it?
It means he can. It means he gets 9 again 3 times, and once he has gotten 9 again for a 3rd time with that pool, it no longer applies.
Oh, it's that specific pool, not the skill itself.
It is. Let me make sure. Let me make sure I'm reading this right. 3 rolls.
I think it's whenever you use anything with that skill.
It says a roll of a specific type, and then it says driving rolls, firearm rolls, etc.
So I have to say exactly what it's for then.
Chosen at the moment of casting.
So
I believe it is that specific roll.
So I have to say what skill and what power they're using, or what?
Yeah, what skill and what you're using that skill for.
Okay. Well, then we'll rewind a second for me and say I was using that for bloodline.
Bloodline.
We'll say gnashing maw.
Okay, so you want to buff your survival for your gnashing maw roll. Okay.
Okay. Then back to Paul.
Okay.
Get it on your screen this way.
Why not?
Read backward.
And then Fulkin is going to get it. He's gonna let's see. That's for the dominate
6.
6 one. Okay, so dom 6 9 again times 3. Yeah, so you should get it. You should be able to get 9 again 3 times, and after that, you no longer get 9 again. All right. That is 2 rolls. So she spent 20 minutes doing magic. Anybody else?
I'm gonna think real quick.
Yeah, my fancy magic. So.
Justin, how high is your aspects?
Well, that means you can start cursing once you get into visual range.
Okay.
If you can see him.
What just happened?
I don't know what happened.
Being
I
stupid.
stretched and my voice got weird.
Oh,
I say, is Jenny over
How
there?
high is Morpheus' aspects?
that's wrong.
How high is Morbus's aspects? I feel a little bad. Morbus's aspects. Morbus is at aspect 6.
Okay, and Michelle's at aspects 5 still?
Aspect 5.
Okay. So I'm going to buff someone's aspects. I got to just decide if it's Michelle, Drake, or Morbus.
Morbus would say that he's fairly confident that he doesn't need it as much as either Drake or Michelle would. So if there's time,
Drake will Drake it up.
if there's time, then he'd be. He'd say that if there's time, then he'd accept, but he thinks that probably one of the other 2 mechanics
He's the better one.
make better use
Let's
of it.
just give it to Drake. Give it to a player here.
Alrighty.
Oh, that is a 1. Yep, that's definitely for Drake.
So
Fail.
Teresa fucks it up a little bit. Her ritual goes a little askew.
Yeah, there was something wrong with the aura, and I just realized it was straight.
Yeah, just couldn't. So that's 10 minutes. So you're 30 minutes into her casting now. So did you want to do it? Do you want one more for that, or are you gonna move on?
Justin's face. Yeah. What the fuck? Okay.
So
We'll start with mute it, dude. Curse of Ill Fortune. And
Oh my god!
It would be amazing.
Curse of Ill Fortune.
No.
On
You guys cannot get through these games by Spartan kicking your enemies into things, Amber.
We did it with the meat grinder. We can do it in the tunnel.
I did.
Oh, I want to do it now.
There's a lumber mill nearby.
Well, her idea was that she gets blood too often 4, which lets her just open hedge gates.
And then we can punch
And then-
it into the head.
and then Spartan kick the King of Worms into the hedge and leave him there.
Yeah, but then he'd come out stronger than we.
Only if he can get out, which he doesn't have the power to get out.
He's an ancient.
That
I
doesn't,
think
that doesn't mean shit if you don't have
that
the right
means he's a
power.
survivalist.
The whole reason why we have blood too often is because we do things that vampires can't do.
Yeah.
But vampires have gotten out before in this thing, and it wasn't even just us. Fucking one of the old princes got it.
It's true.
Interesting.
Y'all's Prince of Houston did manage to make a journey in. The thing about the hedge is always a 50-50 toss-up. It could kill him instantly.
Mm-hmm. Depending on where we kicked him.
It could also make him something stranger.
Exactly. Which is why it's a terrible idea.
So you could kick him into the hedge, and there's an excellent chance that
Unless
it's daylight.
we get
Hedge
fairies
right now.
to help
Burn
us,
immediately.
and they're waiting on the other side in the hedge.
I do have very big context.
I will make that deal.
And I hope that we change unless to unless.
Oh my god!
That's quite the bargain.
Anyway,
Go big or go home.
Bargain to have somebody waiting on the other side.
No, I know, but why did Justin go, oh my god?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, because
Jordan's face just blew up on my screen.
I was setting it on its thing to where it made whoever talking.
Oh, gotcha.
Gotcha.
Only when talking, so I went.
Alright.
Oh, that would be so amazing, Ivan. It would be so amazing.
What I've already done before. I'm gonna curse his feeding.
Okay, curse is feeding.
He only has to feed from childers, so he's really limited now.
He is. Give me a roll for her. Let's see.
The 3.
Did you get using the tower?
Here, out of clean.
Cool for that one. It's a different power.
It is. Yeah. It's. I was trying to make sure I had the right skill for it. That is a 3. Yeah, her pool is down to a 6 for that one. That is going to be 9. So exactly 1 success.
I'm gonna do an extended roll for that one.
Okie dokie. Let's go ahead.
Got 8.
That's better.
That's 3 successes.
All right.
And I'm gonna do one more.
Okay, and this will come to the end of your hour.
Yeah. I tried Auspex. It didn't work. We're just gonna help it. Well, fuck it. Yep, that was an auto fail too.
Okay. All right, so you got a total of 4 successes on that curse, and so she has leveled the curse on him to limit his feeding for the night. Let's see. Yes.
Like how much you can feed?
Yeah, but when I did it against Kingston, I think I did it for 30 minutes, so probably 3 rolls. And what Ivan did was it limited his blood pool, like what he started with. So no, not half. He had he was BP6, right?
Yeah, he was BB6.
So that's what
16 was his full pool. I think he started
So
down like
10.
8. Yeah. It was, I had him start with very little because of how heavily she cursed him.
Yeah. So that's what.
I'm sorry. I never wanted that one. That one is just straight from the book. Yeah. Anything different?
Okay, so
change. So.
That's my hour.
All right, so that's an hour. Clarissa will get back. We'll call you back, let you know that they have, using your blueprints, they have constructed 5 of those traps. They're pretty portable. All you have to do is stick them to a wall or the floor, and flip a switch, it arms, and you can keep moving. And you'll have a remote detonator that they'll give you, which is it's actually a cell phone, and you hit the speed dials to determine which one of the charges you're going to detonate.
Okay.
So they have 5 of those now. That's at the end of about an hour and a half thus far of working.
Okay. I feel like it's weekly more, but
so if you give them another hour, they'll have another 3 or 4 for you.
Okay.
So it depends on what you guys want to do with that time.
I say info gather.
Okay.
Or they can meet us down there with it, but I'd rather just if we can get more info, get it now.
All right.
I get the feeling we've gotten all we're gonna get.
I couldn't hear what Ben said.
I said I get the feeling we've gotten all we're gonna get.
We could scout. That's more info.
Yeah, I mean scouting.
Well,
we could scout out the tunnels, but that would be for those folks who are good at that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Send the butcher down by himself.
You start using like rats and stuff.
Yeah. To start giving you guys some eyes ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
That's why I'm bringing her, because she has that high animalism.
Oh, you could send your one girl down.
Michelle, yeah.
Yeah, send her down until she sees something.
Yeah, Michelle could go down there, but I'm not sending her by herself.
Send her with it.
That's
Yeah.
true.
You can mute it.
Yeah.
I would opt to have a scouting party go down,
Okay.
but I would say us be at least me or some others too.
All right.
Be on hand just in case.
So, do you guys want to form up in the subway area and have your scouts go ahead and see what you can see before you all go down in force?
That's fine.
All right. So you said that you want to be you, Morbus, and somebody else.
I said me. Well, I'll be down there, but the scout team I was said to start with like Michelle and Butcher, but then whoever else would help scout out. He is good with the tunnels, so he might be able to help her out with that. And she's the eyes, but I mean, we have other people too.
Right.
Doppelgangers could go.
Who am I?
Doppelgangers can go. They're pretty much indestructible. And Dana will send her rats down, and she'll possess one to run along with them.
Okay.
So there'll be a rat swarm moving with these guys as well.
And
yeah.
I would have Teresa down there, but I think I want her to be with us just in case shit gets too far.
Okay. So.
Pay attention.
I'm so sorry.
He said he'll send one of his people.
Yeah, with me. They can do the scout.
Who are you calling up?
Well, it'd be either Grime or Graf.
Grime has enema.
Grime has an enema? What?
Animalism.
Oh. Like, shit, what? Okay.
Okay.
Let me double check. Let me double check Grime's sheet just real quick to make sure I know who we're talking about for her as far as her abilities. Yeah, she's got obviously 8-3. So does Wrath. So it's up to you, Justin, which one you want to send down there. She does not have animalism. She's a nightmare.
Her.
All right. So you guys will be able to form up on the subterranean platform of Bilam Court Station. Good God, that was loud. Which is on the west side of Paris. You'll send your scout team down ahead of you. Clarissa confirms that the Legion will meet you there with the remainder of the completed traps once they're done, and they'll deliver those to you. It'll take about, unless you guys are going to be in contact with them, it's going to take about 45 minutes for them to come back up and report. So y'all will kind of just be.
I would think we would be in contact with them. By those things.
Okay, so yeah, so Morbus can set up the psychic link, or y'all can use the psychic headsets.
I would say the psychic headsets because the psychic link, when that would be, if they have anything like that, they can maybe get in.
Yeah.
I think the psychic headsets would be a little bit more secure.
Okay, so you guys keep in touch via the headsets. You head down. Your scouting party heads down. They hit the regular level of the catacombs with all the famous skull walls and everything like that, and the tours. They keep it nightly lit and cleaned up. And then they go to the Nos tunnel that leads deeper down into the stone beneath the city. It's pitch black down there. Everybody hides or obfuscates and progresses down. The first level is fairly maze-like. Following Jacques' directions, they use the the Nosferatu tunnel signs that that the haunts have been known to use to help them navigate in the dark and in the deeps. This level is pretty much empty, and Morbus comes to the conclusion that this is something of a buffer zone that is between the city above and the city below. And it's not until they go down to the second level that they start to see like what looks like defenses, which is that there are tunnels that look like they went somewhere but have been blocked off for no reason. Places that the tunnels were just completely caved in. He spots a few traps that they have to stop and disarm. After on further examination, these traps they appear to be for mortals, because they're all things like spikes or poison gas, things like that. Nothing that poses that much threat to a vampire. However, he reports that they still haven't run into any individuals at this level, and he expected there to be people at this level. Yes, Richard.
How much is danger sense?
How much is what? Danger sense?
Yeah, you said danger sense.
I believe it's a 1 dot merit, so it should be 2 XP.
Okay. I want to buy it.
I think I have that.
Or maybe it's 2.
It's a 2 dot merit.
It's a 2 dot merit, so it's 4 XP.
Okay.
Ta-da!
All right, go ahead.
No, Jesse.
Now the problem comes as they try to descend to the third level, and this is where Morbus starts to understand that even that he reports back that even though his auspex is pretty darn good, this level of obfuscate outstrips even him. It's layered, and so punching.
It's a mass obfuscate.
Yeah, so punching through. So he what he figures out is that whatever the obfuscate trick is that's happening here, it makes the path appear to go in whatever direction the user wants you to think it goes, which means that he has several times known which way he needed to go, but the path didn't appear to go in that direction, and he ends up going in a circle. When punching through that illusion, he simply breaks into another maze of illusions. So he and Michelle end up working out a sort of buddy system of pushing through the layers and testing each other to make sure that the other person, and then questioning each other, and then making sure they question each other's every move, so that they make sure that the other one hasn't been tricked by something else happening down here. They at last are able to locate the path down from the third level that will lead down into the fourth level, and this is the area that is the last level that the City Nos know about. This is where the true Necropolis was supposedly built a long time ago, before the King of Worms took it over. And as they go down there, they find themselves descending into a old subterranean city. The term city is used a little loosely here. The images you get back from Morbus's head feel a lot like the catacombs that were built in Houston back home. It's all low ceilings and tight corridors, but everything is built like old, how do I explain it? Old Hellenistic or antiquity mausoleums with the Corinthian pillars and the roofed grave markings and things like that. It looks like there's a lot of little houses that hold coffins and things like that down here. Unlike the necropolises that you guys are used to, which are very much more modern, where the kids would actually build themselves like apartments and houses and things like that. These are all very clearly. I'm sorry.
This is old world.
Yeah, this is old world. These are all very clearly graves. This was all built in the era when vampires didn't live in houses. They did what they do in all the classic stories, where they just go to a coffin, sleep during the day, get up out the coffin, and then go do their stuff during the night. And that's what you're looking at here. Morbus is perturbed to announce that, to the best of their ability, this fourth level seems to be abandoned. He and Michelle have checked and rechecked. There's only so many times you can try to Clash of Wills with Auspex. But so far as I can tell, there's nobody down here. Not on this level anyway. They are able to find some rough-hewn tunnels that dig even deeper, but they're stopping for the moment. This trip has taken them roughly 35 minutes.
Okay, sorry, hold on. There's 3 people talking. What?
Sorry.
Well, the second dot into them. That's the auto.
I was going to double check our stuff above ground, making sure there's not some weird stuff. Making sure there's not, hey, you move into my territory, we're going to move into you.
There's a lot of breaking up in there.
I'm making sure and contacting the people that are now above ground, ours, to make sure that it's not that old school war tactic where, hey, they're moving into our shit, we're going to move into yours.
Ah, gotcha. Okay, so if you call around, it doesn't. Nobody has seen any like vampires that. Well, actually, that's not true. Paris is teeming with vampires that nobody recognizes. Most of them are technically blood hunted under the order of the princess because she was demanding that nobody come to the city. However, that has not necessarily stopped the inflow of pilgrims and such. And so there's this really the kindred environment on the surface is very tense at the moment because by order of the princess, no one is to be allowed within the city. She's trying to keep people from coming to attend this concert that's happening. That being said, many people are a little wary about starting that fight because they don't know what will happen if they start that fight, trying to carry out the princess's orders. So Paris is kind of in a state of Cold War right now. So there's lots of vampires on the surface that nobody knows. They're mostly... I'm sorry?
Can't the fucking princess and the worm guy just chill for a minute? Take out Belial and then deal with their shit?
It's not
we
how
could have gone
vampire...
after Belial first.
True.
We just wouldn't have had or if she's going to give it to us.
I think she...
This is perhaps one of the most wonderfully obtuse things about vampires, is that even in the face of Armageddon, they're still worried about their own political plays.
Yeah.
I gotta make sure I control the ice cream trucks.
Pretty much.
All right, well, our stuff's fine, I guess. It's just theirs. Okay, cool. Glad I found that out. I would caution against them going deeper without us.
Okay. Morbus gets back to you in a minute and says that they actually did finally find something. At one of the exits that leads down into the unknown areas, they found what looked like a crudely made cross, 2 pieces of wood lashed together, and upon it was a vampire who had been staked through the chest to the cross. And someone had carved into the flesh of his chest the word infected.
Infected?
Yes, infected.
And is Morbus able to tell how if they are actually infected?
So far as he sniffs at them, he said they don't smell virulent.
Well,
I wonder if it's a demonic taint.
Which is his, that's his thing. He'd know.
Yeah, I know. That's why I asked him.
Yeah, sick blood is what he does. So
I wonder if it's a demonic taint, so we may need to get Drake down there.
Pull the stick out and wake him up.
He can try.
Try what?
Hold on. Oh, let's all look like I have it.
I come to save the day.
Sorry.
Oh wait, I need to turn my speakers on. There we go.
Okay. Sorry.
It's all good.
You look like you're thinking really hard.
It's like,
Oh, because your picture
Oh, my
froze.
brain is frozen. Let me try to get Skype back up.
oh, anyway. Trying to get back on point. I can't hear Amber or
I mean, mine too.
There we go. I hear too much of you now. Bring everyone back.
Okay.
That's not us. That's somebody on their side.
Oh, y'all two are muted, right?
I think we're
Okay,
good.
let's try. There we go. Feel good? Okay.
We're good. Mine's the only one that has the volume now, so we're not.
No,
Yeah,
no feed.
that's what our problem was too. Okay, so he they pull the guy down. They pull the stake out. Morbus feeds
Wait, why? Why are they pulling the stick out?
because Terrell suggested it, and Sarah seconded. Unless anybody objects.
going to head down there.
We're down there. Boom. We're down there.
Are y'all going down there?
I suggested Drake to go down there because I thought it would be demonic taint.
Oh, okay. If Drake's gonna go down there, somebody has to come up and get him to help him because you're probably not gonna be able to get through the second level of obfuscate by yourself.
Yeah, so I
Unless you want to do like a fuck ton of rolls.
Also, Falcon would express not to unstake something that's someone else staked and then put the words infected on if we can't identify what type of infection it is.
that's why.
Yeah, wake him up.
No.
I will burn you.
He's only saying
You are
that
not
he's
necessary.
everybody down.
I will activate my Belial's investments, and I'll reduce the burn
No.
damage.
That's not a mind.
Mental discipline.
Sovereignty. I have higher majesty than you. You cannot stop me.
You're not a septime.
Anyway, pissing contest over.
Yes.
Wake him up.
Who's taking
No.
me down there?
All right,
I will say no.
So y'all gonna go. So here's the thing. Legio hasn't gotten here yet.
Yeah.
It's been about a half hour that they went down. That your scouts went down. Legio was planning to be here in about an hour. So you can send somebody. They can have somebody come up to help Drake go back down if y'all want to do this now, or they can just hold their position and wait for you guys to come down there and meet them.
Well, I want to stay till we get the stuff, and so I can start setting up the phone. Because otherwise, we're just going to be double backing, and it's going to take you.
Mm-hmm.
You're setting up the bombs. You're
Somebody set us up the bomb.
I thought they were bringing me the bombs, not setting up the bombs.
bringing you.
They're bringing you the bombs, yeah, and you can set them as you go, so that you know where you want to put them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll stay here with Teresa.
Okay.
Unless she would be good to go with Drake. Okay. Yeah, why not? Teresa can come with me. I don't know who else is staying up here with me, but
I
I'll
don't
stay.
see any point in sending him down there if you're not going to take
I just want to see.
it.
Oh, could you? I know you can see it from far away. If you close,
Probably too deep.
Waiting for a consensus from the Davis house. I can't. Y'all are breaking up a lot, so I can't quite hear what y'all are saying. What exactly are y'all doing?
Well, when there's a lot of us talking through just one computer, it's not picking it up. Justin is trying to close his eyes to see if he can. He knows it's deep, but he's just said, "Fuck it, I'm going to go ahead and try to see if he can see any little hint of red, whatever."
Okay. You close your eyes. Why is that happening?
On the way.
Okay. All right. I'm still getting feedback. All right. So you close your eyes, and you pick up some faint motes of red around the city. None of them within like. None of them are within like a 5-mile radius of you. It'd be a chore to go and try to chase them down, but you do see them in the city. Deep below, you are not seeing red. You are instead seeing a faint flicker of something purplish.
You know what
which
that
is
is?
different.
It's the other demon.
I didn't think of it being the Kinslayer thing. Props to the king.
You broke up again.
I just said props to the king for getting one of those guys.
Mm.
If it isn't true. Yeah, if it is in fact one of those guys. Justin's looking up something right now.
It's all good. Look up Dim Powers. Hugh Jackman presents what?
We'll never know.
I know, right? It won't show me.
Get specific color. All right. Yeah. No, there is a. We don't have.
Okay, so what does purple mean?
You don't know. You haven't seen it before.
All right. So
He felt this as purple.
you said Teresa.
Yeah, if you think you need her.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, Morbus is coming up to meet you, or one of them is coming up. Okay, I'll leave her here. Drake's going down whenever someone else comes up.
All right. So you'll have to wait about. It's a 15-minute walk for them, since they know the way now.
Yeah.
And sorry.
Right.
What happens is the doorway that y'all are kind of guarding. There's a bunch of scratching behind it, and when you open it up, there's a swarm of rats waiting for you.
Are they familiar rats?
They are familiar rats,
They're familiar rats.
and they cheep at you, and then scurry back down the tunnel.
Cool.
Friendly rats.
So you'll follow this rat swarm.
All right, I go.
All right, so Drake follows the rat swarm down. You go through the craziness of
Real
everything. Yo,
Who's still on surface and who's down?
let me check my list.
I just need to double check.
As I have it, y'all sent Butcher, Michelle, Dana went in rat form.
No,
and
Sleepy.
Morbus went.
I'm not sleeping. My back hurts.
And Morbus went. That's who I have down there. I have 4 people down there. It takes another 15 minutes for Drake to get down there, by which point the Legion have now arrived and are giving you your bombs.
So I have like.
You're down there, Drake. You approach that corpse that is staked to the cross, and if you do your eye shut thingy, you can see that there is.
I'm at it.
Oh, okay, so you're closing your eye. Okay, then you'll see this odd purplish hue rippling around the body. Unlike with the Belial fire that shows up inside of them and makes their whole body glow, this is more like an aura that is kind of. It's almost like they are on fire instead of containing fire. Is what it looks like to you.
All right.
I asked you if there's anything around or on his body that you would see. Like it's investigating him.
Yeah, give me a if you want to look at the crime scene, give me a wits plus investigation roll.
What's it there?
1 success, Ivan.
1 success.
You got 1 success. I have a reason for this. There is a reason that I'm doing this. I'm trying the process of elimination. Lesk actually knows some of the things about them, so he's trying to figure out.
I believe you. Okay, so on a 1 success on investigation, the area around the tunnel mouth looks like it was heavily traversed recently. And not in the, this was a lot of people use this every day, but more like as in a lot of stuff was moved through here. There was a lot of deep grooving and scratching in the floor, and there's a lot of fresh dirt and stone dust that's been pulled up by the movement through here. So you would guess that whatever happened, a lot of things or people were moved down this tunnel. The cross itself is made from wood that you're pretty sure you could find on any construction site in the city. It's a little water warped and rotten, but other than that, it's nothing fancy. And the corpse itself, the word infected is not cut into its chest cleanly as with a knife. It is more torn into it, as with fangs or claws. That's what that's what you're able to see from investigating the area.
Check his body.
Oh, I would say I can't actually hear Justin. So what are you checking the body for? He's naked.
Okay,
That's one thing.
Nothing to
I'm glad it took an investigation roll to figure that out.
Yeah.
Is there any items nearby? Any weapons?
There's some. There are some torches on the wall. They're sort of a work of both iron and wood. They're cold. They're not lit, and they don't look like they've been lit anytime recently. However, on further inspection, as you're looking at the torch and at the stake, you realize that the stake in his chest looks like it's the same kind of piece of wood that the torches are made from. It looks like somebody ripped off the ironwork part and then just shoved it through his chest to stake him.
Okay.
Yep.
Why do you want to wake him up?
Why not? You might have information we need.
Don't wake him up on. Okay. Well, I have the stuff now, so I opt to start heading down.
Okie dokie. Morbus will give you guys the mental map to follow. He tells you that no matter what you see, do as he instructs, and you should make it through just fine.
Okay.
So,
for now, I'm gonna see. Does anyone that with me have? Butcher probably have the most knowledge, like engineer type shit.
who has the most knowledge of?
Yeah, so I'm trying to think about how to set the traps on the way down.
Oh, okay.
And I was thinking put one at every level, but I don't know if I would need it. I would need more than that.
You have a total of 8.
You said 5, and then you said 3 or 4, so I didn't know if it's 8 or 9.
Yeah, they bring you another set of 3,
Okay,
and
so 8.
so you have a total of 8 of these things. They are loaded enough that they can fill a tunnel from top to bottom for about a range of 8 or 9 feet in length with napalm. So it basically is like a sprinkler and just hoses the walls and floor with napalm, and then it just sits there burning. So it's a big burning tunnel, and it's roughly like you'd have to sprint across 9 feet of fire to try to get past it.
Okay, so it sounds like these first introductory areas are way too big for that.
The areas themselves, yes, but there are tunnels and choke points. And every time you go down a level, you have to go through a tunnel. There's no open plazas or anything like that. They just kind of slide from one place to another. Each way you go down is usually a roughly carved tunnel or staircase that is about big enough for maybe 2 people to fit through if you're not Butcher.
Okay. We want him to come up through the subway, but there might be another entrance. Well, is there another?
How did we go down? We went through the
Yeah. So I'm thinking you have to. What?
I had to unmute my thing. Ivan's thing crashed again. So we only heard the start of what Jordan was saying.
So I was oh god, it's echoing. I was thinking that
Let's try it again.
Justin's face on that is hilarious.
Yeah.
so
This
is there another
It keeps asking
entrance,
why.
exit
Oh,
in the
just
subway?
Yeah.
Or is that the only way up?
No.
Come again?
But it was
Come again? I'm sorry.
The way we're going down into the subway,
Mm-hmm.
is that the only entrance from the subway into the tunnel?
It is the only entrance from the subway. Once you guys hit the second level, Morbus was able to identify a few ways that looked like they went out to other branches of these tunnels. However, y'all are sticking to the most direct route, straight up and down. So when you guys get to the second level, it looks like you could possibly flee. Like, for example, if that's what you're worried about.
I'm just trying to get him back up, but it's going to be the way we came. So
Right.
I'm trying to figure out how to. So we're going to have to basically, it looks like, explore more. Yeah, if we can, like, I may have to plug the exit. Along, like,
You may.
probably gonna have to
I don't know.
and detonate him. Like
Yeah, you will have to figure out how to get him beyond the barrier where you're going to set your fire, and then trigger the trap to keep him from going back down. So it's going to be kind of either hurting or luring, depending on how you guys want to do it and how you think you can make it happen.
The luring room.
Luring.
I'm thinking about setting some in some of those, like on the second floor where they go way down, so in case they run up and want to go just way over there, because we want them at the subway. So if they do come up this way, then I may have to set some down there.
Okay,
Like
so
an
you can set some traps on the second floor so that if you fear that they're going to try to flee or make a break for it on that level, they will not be able to. Morbus can direct you to the most direct exits he was able to find there for you to trap. There's at least 2 that looked likely. There's a few other small ones, but they're small enough that it would be, if you were trying to escape, it would be a bad idea to try to like squirm through that because someone could grab your legs.
Plus, it might be fire frenzied, so they wouldn't think
exactly
probably to go that way because their beast is just like, get the fuck out, go.
So he'll guide you. He'll guide you to the 2 on this level. You can trap both of those as precautions.
Okay, I'll put 1 in each.
Okay, so that's two of your 8 traps used.
Okay.
You have a
All
6
right,
remaining.
And I'll keep going.
All right. So y'all group can now progress to the next level down, which is the mausoleum area with all the crypts and such.
Okay.
And you'll be able to find your way to where Morbus, Drake, and company are examining the crucified Nosferatu.
Oh, and there's a Nosferatu.
It is a Nosferatu, yes. He's got the flaws and everything. He's very Nosy.
Okay.
all gnarled.
Oh, fuck. Okay. So he's
Alright.
naked, no armaments, nothing.
Nope, he's naked. There's no weapons around or anything like that. Not even any signs that there was a struggle, so it's possible that wherever he was staked, it wasn't here.
Yeah.
He might have been
They're
staked
using
in
him as a warning or some shit. And Ivan thinks him. Hello.
Hold on.
Do I need to restart my computer?
There we go.
Okay.
Are we gonna lose the call again? Hopefully we
might.
wouldn't. Hopefully we shouldn't, because I was the one hosting,
Yeah.
whereas Ivan was the one hosting last time.
Okay.
This is pain.
Yeah.
You should restart it.
Yeah, you probably should restart your computer, hun.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do.
Okay, so if there's no exit or whatever on the third floor that I need to maybe seal up or basically set up traps for to lure them other ways, then we can maybe go down.
Let's see. There are a few, but but down here they are they're barricaded and gated. So you wouldn't have to waste traps on these necessarily so much as just close them and bar them.
Okay, and we can do that. I can do that. I will make the observation that it's possible they were driven down. That it may not have. It may have been something they were fighting. Something they were driven down. Because why the hell else is something like that? It's possible the King of Worms was actually.
Possible the King of Worms is actually what?
Was actually attacked.
Oh, gotcha. Huh? That's a possibility.
Because, nobody goes down there. How would they know?
But we can't be for sure.
That's the thing.
Oh, no, yeah, that is a possibility. You have two huge towers here. Yeah, the princess and the king.
Okay.
The princess more public.
That's what the Kinslayers have been doing, is they've been doing stuff behind the radar. And they've been, while Bilal's been more public. You okay?
He turned off his video so he can scratch his balls. Oh my god.
Anyway, back to her face.
Apparently, he turned his camera off so he can scratch his balls.
Justin, he turned it off, and Justin still turned everything. So, anyway, I'm getting back on point. Ebony Kingdom fell without no one knowing. And the Kinslayers are trying to do the same thing in Madrid, and then it looks like now they're trying to make their mark on France. So anyway, okay. So I'm going to go ahead and barricade those, make sure to lock those barricades and everything while we're still just hanging around. And go talk to someone, see exactly how he feels on how we should proceed to go down. Because is it a tight tunnel? Is it a big tunnel?
The tunnel down from here is fairly tight. You'll be able to walk through it at best 2 people shoulder to shoulder. So, and it's kind of a low ceiling. Butcher has to stoop. But it goes down at a sort of winding slant. So you're kind of walking in downward circles as you go down.
You can suggest
that. First person should go down should be confiscated.
Be like what?
To what?
Terrell suggests that the first person or the first couple people to enter the tunnels, just in case there's whatever, should be obfuscated. Excuse me, obfuscated.
Good point.
Makes sense.
The scouters. anyone with if someone that doesn't have obfuscate and danger sense and some means of getting into tunnels, they should move in together. Someone who can move with the tunnels and obfuscate while another person can do danger sense help.
Well, it's both of them.
Yeah. Yeah. So I would suggest. Oh yeah, he's fine. I would suggest because Butcher can. I don't think he would be able to move shoulder to shoulder with someone else.
No, he's gonna need to be his own area.
Yeah, so I wouldn't suggest moving him in first. I would suggest moving in someone with Auspex, Obfuscate, and then someone can navigate tunnels and Obfuscate as well. Huh?
Yeah,
Never mind. Sorry, you froze for a second. I was worried that my thing crashed.
Okay. Yeah, so Morbus and possibly me or Drake.
Yeah, Morbus can take point. He'll want somebody else with decent aspects to check his work as y'all go along.
So I mean, him and Michelle can go, but Drake could try.
I have danger sense, by the way. I bought it.
Okay.
Make sure to make talk.
I did.
At this point, as you guys are preparing to go down, everyone who has auspex, I need a intelligence plus investigation plus auspex roll from you. And I need to know what your successes are.
Ooh, nice. All right. Intelligence.
Let's see.
What am I doing?
Intelligence plus investigation plus auspex. This is your clash of wills.
I don't
This
have
is a clash of wills. Is what this is.
By 1 dot in investigation.
Richard spending experience on investigation.
Okay.
Justin has danger sense if that does anything.
I bought it.
What's this? I'll explain in a second. Want to make sure the roll happens.
Justin got 3 successes.
Okay.
Oh, please.
Yep, that is a 10.
Sweet, good job.
What is it?
Intelligence, investigation, auspex.
Okay, so it was. What was I rolling?
Justin just finished, but Richard's still rolling.
However, I don't know if your clan flaw applies to this.
Okay, so this room is done. These 3 people are done.
Gangrel's done 10 again on mental rolls,
So Justin, you got.
I think.
Okay, Justin got 3 successes.
But I think that's mundane. I don't think it applies to disciplines.
Oh, sadness.
The puppy dog guys. I see them.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's mundane. But let me check just to be sure.
The eyes are getting bigger.
Please.
Hey, go on.
I don't think she can get them any bigger.
Oh, you got 1 success?
Usually with the clan flaws, it applies to everything except for like because I remember for the Nos clan flaw, it applies to everything, but then like all the nightmare powers state the clan flaw doesn't apply to this nightmare power.
Yeah. And so I'm pretty sure the clan flaws only apply to your mundane stuff because disciplines are blood based.
Oh my God, Justin, come on.
Well, even if not, rule table rule.
Yep.
So
Justin forgot to add his auspex rating to his roll. He has 4 successes.
Okay.
So I have 9.
Okay, so you're
Good.
9 successes.
I have 9 because I rolled 34.
That's 4.
Good fucking job. I mean, how many 10s did you roll?
I exploded 2 10s, and then I have a pool
Holy
of 10.
shit. God.
Terrell, what did Terrell get on that Clash of Wills?
You rolled a 1.
Okay.
No, I got 1.
Oh, well, no, yeah. Sorry, I meant 1
That's
success.
different. All right. Okay, so
So Sarah sees everything. I was 1 thing off from 10 successes. That would have been amazing.
pretty darn good. All right, hang on. Let's see.
If you get 10 successes, you can roll again.
So do I have like matrix perception? Like everything slows down, and I'm like,
No, you cannot see the code. That's demon.
It would be amazing.
Okay, so let me try to get back in on this call real quick, and then I will.
You can see insect jizz.
Let's see, how do
That'll make
I
me so happy.
So see insect jizz.
call or
Yeah, just press the camera.
okay? Join call.
Yeah, there you go. Oh.
Nope. Oh, there we go.
Okay.
God. All right. Okay, so that roll is a Clash of Wills. Clash of Wills occurs whenever you guys have a power that would passively cancel out another power. So what happens is when you have aspects and you're around obfuscate stuff, you have the opportunity to see through it. You roll your pool, which is intelligence plus investigation plus your aspects rating, and those successes are what you have for the next hour or the next scene. When you enter a new scene, you may re-roll your Clash of Wills to combat new obfuscation powers. So what you guys have now is what you have for the remainder of this scene. Let's see. All right, so hang on.
I'm just having fun flaring my nostrils.
What was that really weird bass sound?
That was your voice.
Well, no, I was listening to Ivan talk, and then every now and then while Ivan was talking, I would just hear...
The sound of Jack.
Nobody's penis makes that sound, dude.
He said his balls do.
Nightmare Dick. All right, so
That sound is way too tame for Nightmare Dick. Nightmare Dick makes a sound that shreds off your ears.
Yeah, I buy it. All right, so as you guys are going down this tunnel, deeper down, it keeps winding, and let me check these.
Do I need to make any rolls?
No, your survival. You don't need survival yet because you're not trying to navigate anything. This is the part where it's no longer maze-like. It was mazy up above, so you don't have to do any survival rolls. This is just going in one direction, down. Lesk, you will notice that at certain points on the floors, walls, and ceilings, there are Nosferatu markings. The haunts use a kind of sort of like hobo code type thing that are basically just watch out for such and such here or cave-ins likely or things like that. The marks you're seeing are signs that indicate some kind of a danger. And it's usually the kind of thing when that Nosferatu mark when they don't know what's in the area, but people haven't been coming back from that side of the tunnel, so don't go there without friends or whatever. That's usually what those markings mean.
I will say that thing.
Yeah.
And this would be the king's people too, so that's not good.
Yeah, it's not great. Sarah, Morbus kind of glances at you, and his glance kind of is like a questioning of whether or not you've noticed something.
Can people do a creepy?
Well, yes, they can. Yeah, they can constrict, and you have indeed noticed it. What you've noticed is that the tunnel has grown wider, but none of your companions are responding like it's grown wider. They're still all walking double file and kind of stooping low and staying close to each other as if the tunnel's only this wide when it's gotten much larger already. Mm-hmm. And Morbus apparently has seen through it. He doesn't think anybody else has seen through it yet.
So Sarah just says a
really,
really small thing.
And he doesn't say anything yet, but you do see his hands. As you guys have, as those of you who have worked with Morbus for a long time, whenever he's about to draw his.
Oh shit! No.
No. Yeah. So So his hands kind of disappear.
And Sarah's nails get just a little longer.
Yeah.
Just a little
So
bit.
what-
Not like go like full like.
Froze out. What happened?
Yeah, Ivan, you totally froze. What did you just say?
Oh, damn it. Okay. I was saying that as you guys are going down, those of you who have worked with Morbus for a while have noticed that whenever he's getting a little antsy, he's going to draw his guns, his hands just kind of slide into the sleeves of his coat. So for anybody who's paying attention, his hands disappear into his coat.
I'll do the same thing. So
and anybody who's noticing Sarah notices that her nails get a little longer.
Just a little bit.
Like just
They're
a
already
little
painted black anyway, so it's hard to.
Yeah, they just get a little longer and a little sharper. As you guys are progressing, the floor evens out and stops being a downward gradient. And this is the point at which, and let me just make sure that nobody rolls anything crazy. Okay. This is the point at which you come to what is like one of those. It's a subterranean chamber that is a little drippy, and so it's got the stalactites and stalagmites and everything like that. There's pools of kind of rancid sewer water laying about, and you finally feel like you finally break out of the fact that out of the close quarters tunnel and into this open area, and standing in front of you are a cadre of 3 Nosferatu who are kind of hunched over, and they seem to be rummaging about something on the floor. You in the dark and at this distance, none of you can quite tell. You, however,
Zombies.
with your crazy high number of Clash of Wills,
Yes.
notice that these are not the only Nosferatu in the room. To your left is a group that are all kind of hunched down, and they're watching those 3, and they are all gathered around.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm formulating.
Let me. Oh, hey, we have roll 20 for this.
Yes, we do.
Okay.
We had roll 20 for this. I'm not in it anymore. Hang on.
I
Damn.
might have to actually maximize this shit now.
Damn these crashes. Damn them to hell. All right, roll 20. Let me get back in. I was ready.
What the fuck have y'all been drawing on here? Shit.
Nothing. Mind your business.
Where's roll 20?
It's Richard. He can't be trusted to sit still or not fuck with shit.
Sometimes shit's gotta be fucked with.
See, it's weird that we can't
Especially-
erase anything though.
Especially when
noticed that?
I could just say clear all at any time.
Yeah, that's weird that we can't erase stuff.
All right.
Okay,
You
so
can't
we need to-
clear the board of the drawings, but you can use the mouse, the pointer, to select your drawings and delete them. You can delete your own crap.
Apparently, I can only erase my own
Oh, there we go.
stuff.
Okay.
Yes, you can
Okay,
only
I
erase
think-
your own stuff.
no.
Only the GM can erase everything.
There we go. Okay,
Gotcha.
I caught up. Okay. I am now clearing the screen.
How do you erase?
Everything is.
Got it.
There we go.
He's
You
gonna
just
do
click on it, and delete.
Let's see. I'm just gonna draw a shape. So let's say to there.
That's where.
And
Do you remember how much we paid for our tickets?
I don't.
What?
And all right. Everybody see that?
I see a purple box and a little red box.
All right.
Everything
So,
else stupid. I'm just saying. I guess that's where we're at.
The long blue rectangle is the tunnel I just came out of,
Yeah.
leading
yeah.
into the blue, which is the chamber. The purple box is about where you see 3 Nosferatu gathered on the floor, rummaging about through something that is in their midst. The red box is you guys all grouped up as you're coming out of that passageway. And then, let me pick another color here. This beige box off to the corner. Sarah can see this. All right, so the only person who can see this particular group are Sarah and Morbus. And I need one more color for it.
Steely, I think I know what's going on.
To the left there is what you're looking at, Sarah, is 6 to 7 Nos, all grouped together, hunched on the floor.
In the beige box.
Yeah, in the beige box. And in the middle of them is one who's like kind of who is not crouched up. He's standing, but he's got his hands kind of out like this.
I know what that is.
And they're watching those three, and then.
So they're not watching us, though.
They're not watching you guys. They're watching those three.
Okay.
And then over here, and let me check this again. Drake, you actually are able to notice this group. To your right there, where the green box is a group of guys, kindred, who they're dressed in these large black kind of raggedy robes. The rags feel pretty nosy, but you can't quite see anything underneath them. But they look kind of weirdly specterish. But they are just kind of standing there, and they seem to be splitting their attention between those two groups and you guys as you enter.
Those are the only ones who paying attention.
So how many are there total that I can see?
In total, 3, 7, 10, and this before. So there's a total of 14 vampires in this room.
But we see it as, like, I see it as a room. Everybody else sees it still as a hallway.
Everyone else sees this as a room now.
Oh, okay.
What they didn't notice was the hallway was getting wider.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And as you guys have come out of here, what you and Morbus realize is that the group, as you come out of that opening, y'all are still sort of bottlenecked. Everyone comes out all bunched up together.
Gotcha.
Rather than having been able to spread out, because none of the rest of them realized they could have spread out.
So Sarah, like, leans against Morbus a little bit.
Yeah.
And taps.
Okay.
Basically to let him know how many she sees.
Okay.
Wait, we have the psychic headset things on. Can't you just talk into his brain?
You do have the psychic thing, so.
Yeah, you never know who's listening to that stuff, though.
There is that, too.
True facts. I got 4 successes on an investigation. Oh, no, a perception roll. I want to find vantage. If there is any.
There sort of is. To your left, it looks like there's a bit of outcropping rock that you could get up into. It would take an athletics roll to climb up into it. And to your right, the earth slopes up to what looks like it probably was once a passageway, but has been since closed off. Let me mark it real quick. So there we go. This blue bit. It kind of slopes up this way, and it looks like there's a tunnel there at that side of the wall, so that you could look down on the group from that side, or way over here. There's like a bunch of rocks that you could climb up onto, and have vantage as well. The rocks offer better cover if anyone starts to shoot back, whereas the vantage to the right is wide open, but easier to get to.
Our Draker's going to post
the slope is easier to get to, or the rocks are easier to get to?
The slope is easier to get to. You can just run up the slope. The rocks are all kind of jaggedy, so you'd have to climb. You'd have to give me an athletics roll to get onto them.
What looks like the better vantage?
The slope looks like the better vantage. You'll have a more commanding view of the chamber from there.
All right, Vulcan will begin slowly making his way that way, while keeping his eye on the group that he can actually see.
Okay, Justin said like 5 times, but he said he's shutting his eyes to look at that group that he can see.
Right.
See what he sees.
The group to the right doesn't show up on your vision. The group in the middle does. All three of them appear to be wreathed in these lowly smoldering purple flames.
Understanding at the back.
I'm going to at the moment. I'm going to stay still and see what happens.
I'm sorry, you broke up. Say again. What are you doing?
I'm just going to sit still and see what happens.
Okay. No one seems to take... Well, the group to the right that Fulkin can't see, but that the Auspex users can see, does seem to take notice of Fulkin moving to vantage, but they still haven't moved to make any actions. The group in the middle appears oblivious to everything.
Okay.
And the group to the left are watching the group in the middle very, very, very closely. Oh, what?
Did we lose Ivan again?
Left or above?
To the left.
To the left, that's the rocks that I was saying that Ben could climb
Okay,
onto.
gotcha.
It's all jaggedy over there.
Ivan broke again.
I see.
Okay.
I see.
Who keeps pinging?
Sorry, that was me.
I just pinged. All right.
Ping!
So the group in the middle, they finally step back, and what you see are the remains of bones and blood and flesh on the ground there, and it's all quickly dissolving into ash.
So they ashed someone.
Yes.
Got it. Mistakes were made.
Somebody. So they asked somebody. Okay.
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 Okay. There we go. All right.
All right, we're good. We're safe.
Hey.
God, we need headphones.
We need those headphones.
We tried to get some this morning, and even though it said it was on stock online, we got in and they're like, "No, we don't have any of that." I'm like, "God damn it!"
Yeah.
So what you're saying is the NPCs lied to you.
Oh, okay, so continue with what's going on.
So the bones crumble to ash, and the three of them, they are kind of doing this weird screechy back and forth between themselves, and then one of them jumps on the other one, and the third one kind of backs out of whatever this squabble is, and the two of them start going at each other, just ripping and tearing into each other. It's probably a good 10 seconds of just brutal ass fighting, and then one of them gets the upper hand and just curb stomps the other's head into the ground, and then drops on top of him and sinks his fangs in and just starts drinking.
Okay.
No, they're making themselves stronger.
Okay.
And drinking. And then you start to see the flesh start to atrophy, and the blood is running everywhere, and then the flesh sloughs off the bones and starts to dissolve into ash, and then the bones themselves turn to ash as well.
I've never seen this happen.
Okay, so
Yeah, sure.
so I'm guessing that was the operator. Okay. So now there's two.
There are two. And the last one sneers at the other survivor, who kind of backs off and gets low and is like hey I don't want none of that. No, I'm good.
Oh,
And
the one that didn't fight was I don't want none of this.
Yeah, the one that didn't fight is cowering, and that one kind of throws his head back and shrieks, all yeah, I'm strong now.
Okay.
And then they start scampering off in a that way direction.
Okay.
So the ones from the middle go that way?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Those two are heading that way.
So what are anybody else doing?
Everybody else appears to just be holding their ground, watching.
Drake is the only one that can see the ones on the right, and Morbus and Sarah are the only ones that can see the ones on the left.
Morbus and Sarah can see everybody.
Oh.
Yeah.
No, just
Drake
can see the
Drake
ones. Can see.
Yeah, Drake can see the ones on the right, but the only ones that he saw that had the purple fire on them were the ones in the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So those two start heading that way, and no one appears to do anything.
Okay.
I'm not going to stop him.
And they flee into the dark on that side of the cavern, and silence kind of settles over the room. And then to y'all's left, Sarah and Morbus see the dude who was standing there over the others slowly lower his hands, and 7 vampires are suddenly visible to everybody. And they progress to the middle of the room where all those ashes are, and go back and forth to each other in a language. It sounds like French, but sort of that really rapid sort of Cajun style French.
Nolan.
Yeah.
Are any of them recognized anybody who's been at court before?
No.
Okay.
You do notice now that he's closer, though, that the one who was holding his hands looks like he's actually properly dressed. The rest are kind of wearing the Nos rags and stuff like that. This guy has like an actual coat and shit.
Does he look like younger as opposed to older, like Nos-wise? Like how many flaws does he have, type deal?
Yeah, his flaw. He has only
feel his beast.
One of them is fairly severe. Y'all can't feel his beast because he's got Mark of Tranquility. One of them is fairly severe, and it's that he's got swollen head, so his head is all like all this mass of tumorous lumps at the back of his head.
Gotcha.
Okay.
And they appear to be discussing what's going on down here.
Does anyone know French? Oh, I can roll to see if I can understand some of it.
Yeah, you can try to see if you can pick up a bit of it.
That's a 5. I don't know what my.
I apparently didn't write down my multilingual.
I think you were Russian and something.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's in my downtime.
You had those Eastern.
Is it empathy or?
It'd be wits empathy roll to try to.
That's 12. That's 2 successes.
Okay. You're picking up something about feral this and Draugr that.
Oh wait! I can do a thing. I can do this thing.
What is that?
I can do Universal Translator.
You can.
Haha! I'm gonna do that thing.
Okay.
I forgot that I could do that thing.
You do have that. You do have that superpower.
I do have that thing. Okay, so.
Les, you're picking up feral this, Draugr that. Someone disagrees. The main guy is kind of staying quiet, and he like kind of just leans down, picks up a handful of ashes, and lets them like sift through his fingers.
Okay.
Someone says something about madness. This somebody else something king, and then something failed. That's all you're able to get with that many with those few successes. 4.
All
right, so you are able to pick this up fluently. Rigoletta also can pick this up.
I think I just got a 10.
But she's
and that's like I get keys somewhere.
Okay.
Rigoletta
just got
also,
22.
oh, sorry again. Say again.
22, so almost 6 successes, so 5.
Okay, so you roll again.
Yeah, I mean, unless she's gonna translate for me.
All right. Rigoletta is trying to keep up because she speaks French, but they are speaking a very rapid, very devolved form of French, so she's not picking it up all clearly either.
Yeah, 4 successes or more is I can now speak and write in supernatural languages.
Okay. So
I'm good.
Yeah, you're fine. Okay, so what you're able to pick up is one of them. And this is the part of the conversation that Les wasn't able to completely pick out. They step up. One of them is looking down at the ashes, and he says, "This is this is going on everywhere. The Necropolis is going to fall at this rate." Somebody else, one of the others, then says, "We should cull them as we did the Draugrs in the past. The white ones have never had a place in our society. Even the king does not allow them to be present in his court." And by this point, the main guy is doing the thing where he's stooping down to scoop up ashes in his hand and examine them. And another one, I'm sorry. Another one says the right of diablerie has always been ours, but not at this level, not to this amount of excess. This is madness. This is purposeless. This will destroy us all. And another one, and like the one of the last one that kind of speaks up, and he seems quiet and sort of subdued when he says it, but he's like, I think we should consider the very real possibility that the king has failed, and that everything we know down here is coming to an end. We have heard it said before, both above and below. The nights draw short, and Gehenna is coming.
I know that word.
You do know that word.
It's a badass Slipknot song.
I know. Probably check it out.
How do I spell it?
I didn't hear any of that.
Henna.
Mm-hmm. All right, so
Nope.
there's a quiet that settles over them, and by this point, Lusk has sort of gotten the groove of how they talk, and so when they start back up, then you're able to pick them up clearly this time. The big guy rises to his feet and says, "How many more?" And one of them's like, "We have no idea, my lord. It's everywhere. It's been spreading ever since you and your sister abdicated the upper levels. Then it has been moving through us like wildfire." And he's quiet for a moment. Then one of the others says, "My lord, what will we do about your father?" And he kind of gives this wry sort of cynical chuckle and says, "There's nothing we can do about my father. Trying to do anything about him will just mean we all die."
If nobody's gonna stop me, I'm gonna step forward.
All right. The time may be coming for us to.
I'll put a hand on your shoulder, but it's like a caution thing, just like.
Right.
Yeah. What's up, Ben?
So when they were all talking in their mumbo jumbo, that Fulkin's not even going to try to understand. What Gehenna is a proper noun. Did they actually say Gehenna?
They did in there. It was fast. If anybody in particular wants to pick that up, then give me a wits and composure roll.
Can I wits occult it since it's an occult type thing?
Sure, I'll let you. I'll let you do occult too if anybody wants to do occult. It's mostly the wits to pick it up quickly.
I can't think that my character would give a shit about that. So
yeah, it's mostly for anybody who wants to have heard the word Gehenna in there somewhere. Because they're kind of doing the type thing. It's happening really fast. So in there, you'd have to pick up Gehenna.
Right.
Which you have a surplus of.
Okay. So yeah. So you pick up in there somewhere that they said Gehenna.
Okay. By the way, when I roll the dice on Roll20, do you guys see that? Like
yes.
The 3D dice?
Yeah.
Cool.
I see it.
Yeah.
I seen yours and Richard's roll.
Yeah.
He's still talking as you step forward. Lest he said he's going to put a hand on your shoulder, just not like to stop you, but like I guess to.
Yeah, just don't just be cool.
Right.
He said, the time may be coming to consider abandoning these tunnels.
I can walk up with you, but I'm going to be kind of behind you.
Yeah.
As almost certain as death will be, it is less certain coming from she who rules above than from he who rules below. So you're stepping forward at this point.
Yeah. And so Sarah will be like, "You might be surprised. She seems to like sending people to their deaths."
There's everybody they all
in French
spin around and
because Sarah can do that.
Yeah,
so.
they all spin around as and bearing fangs and shit. And like they kind of like they form up around him, in like protective circle formation.
And she's looking straight at him.
Which all of y'all like, all y'all recognize is when the group is like, shit, protect the leader type thing. Yeah. And he looks just kind of slightly confused and curious, and like he sniffs. He says, "You are not deep dwellers."
No.
Why are you in these domains?
We share interests, it seems. You don't wish to be eradicated. And you know what they say about old dogs and new tricks. The pack leader can no longer protect his pack, then another must lead.
I believe that generally requires that you kill the current leader.
I'm aware.
I would say yes, but yeah.
Okay. He'll look from you to Lesk, back to Sarah. And then he'll glance.
Which is funny because she's so much shorter than him.
And then he'll like look past you at the other guys that are with you, and he looks like momentarily perplexed for a moment, and he says, "She sent you down here. What does she know?"
Is there something that she shouldn't know?
Your games you played it, man.
She chose this time for a reason. There's no other way. There's no way this is coincidence.
I believe she's...
You're here to kill the king. Can be the only reason you're here.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I mean what you just said didn't work.
In the meantime, are the cloaked ones off to the side doing anything different yet?
Nope, they're just standing there.
Okay. She'll just say, "We're here to fix a problem," which it seems is a problem that you share. You said it yourself, did you not?
This is all in French, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is all happening in French, which Lesk apparently is picking up. Rigoletta still has a slightly confused look on her face, but she looks like she's tracking. The rest of you are kind of just listening to this French conversation go back and forth. What do you want?
To solve the problem.
What do you want from me?
Well, and she switches to English to see if
they'll follow.
If he follows, because if he doesn't, then she'll switch back. But she does want other people in the loop.
Right.
To be like, we share mutual interests. You don't want to leave, but you do want to survive, correct?
Yes.
We have no interest in taking your home from you. But we do have interest in maintaining our own unlivelihoods, as it would be, above. And that so happens to coincide with you maintaining yours down here.
And?
So rather than have you play dumb or run and hide somewhere while we act, I would appreciate some assistance, as we would essentially be doing you a favor. If everything goes well, then neither of us owes the other anything.
He,
information or more.
He turns to one side and kind of like, and breathes out a very deliberate sigh. Because, I mean, he doesn't breathe.
Yeah.
So, he's like, I can tell you everything about these tunnels. They have been my home for centuries. If what you're asking is for me to help you fight he who rules below, that I cannot do.
I would not think you would.
You don't always have to be directly involved to be of assistance. I understand the limitations of various promises and blood bondings.
I can tell you that your quarry, if he can be considered such, is 2 levels down. You will have to pass through a great gate of stone. It is barred for a reason. Beyond that is the heart of our city, the greatest necropolis since Rome. Beyond that gate, all is mad. The city has fallen into carnage and chaos. You will fight for every step you take. The king will be found in the great mausoleum. You can't miss it. It's enormous.
Recommendations for bringing him into more helpful surroundings?
Challenge him.
There.
The king, it has always been our law here in the Deep that whoever wishes to rule may challenge at any time for any reason. And a challenge issued must be answered. If you choose your spot and issue your challenge to the king, he will come to meet you. And he will do everything in his power to destroy you. If I were you, I would make my stand 1 level down from here. There is a large chasm that it goes so deep into the earth, even we have not delved it. At the precipice of this is perhaps your best chance for vanquishing him, but I assume you did not come down here without a plan, and therefore I will not speculate as to what you intend to do. I, on the other hand, cannot be there when you fight him. And I think you will not want any of my siblings there either.
Sarah would shake her head. I hear that there's plenty of parties going on above ground. I would recommend that you find one to enjoy for a time.
It may be a bit off topic for the moment, but what do you know of their kind? And I point to the ashes and the direction where they went.
They are infected. It began many nights ago. A moon, maybe more. It is difficult to tell down here. It started as the result of someone foolishly feeding on something that he didn't examine, didn't inspect. It was some surfacer, some member of the city who had strayed too deep into our territory. And so this poor, unsuspecting fool fell prey to our laws, which are that we consume whatever we find. However, those of us who are wise have learned that you are careful what you eat. And when this...
I look at Lask.
And when this particular member of our society consumed one of those who live above, he ingested something that drove him mad. And with each subsequent contact of power, of struggle, of hostility, every exchange of blood, it has passed through us. The city itself is so filled with mad that I could not tell you which are truly infected and which are not.
You would happen to know if your siblings or your father would be infected?
He briefly looked to some of the people beside him who they avoid his gaze, and he kind of snaps his teeth, and he goes, "I am told by those I trust that my father has shown signs." in uprising is proof enough to me that
You froze. Back up
Yeah.
a minute.
He says, in particular, the fact that he has not called this uprising is proof enough to me that something is wrong.
Okay.
In the past, anytime such chaos erupted, he crushed it with, well, fear. But this he has allowed to persist for many, many nights. I do not know why.
And would you say that the city itself has fallen to this chaos?
I would. The outer city was the first to become infected. And unfortunately, we recognized it too late. I myself ordered the abandoning of the outer levels, hoping to distance the survivors from the infected.
When you say outer city, are you talking about down below or up above?
Up above. He's talking about the levels that y'all went through that were just plain abandoned.
Okay.
Yeah, he's
Oh,
saying,
well, I was talking about like street level.
No, he's talking about the upper levels of the catacombs where
Yeah, the
most
catacombs.
Nos would usually be living.
Their necropolis is so big.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I was hoping to distance the survivors from the infected, but it seemed that some of the infected had made it all the way to the city, to the interior city, and from there was no stopping it.
Bastard.
I have knowledge of some camps, outposts throughout the.
Nope, froze again.
Oh, wait. Did we freeze? Okay, we're
Yeah.
back? Okay. Because I have knowledge of some camps and outposts throughout the tunnels where those who are confirmed to be clean are dwelling. And I know that some of my siblings are among them. I do not know how many of my kin remain within the city.
You should evacuate as many of your people as you can who are still clean, those that you know of, and seek
I intend to cleanse this city.
new dwellings for a time. Your only hope of avoiding this contamination is to avoid it entirely and purify by fire those who are infected.
At the very least, I can effect the evacuation. I can also call to whatever siblings of mine can hear me and hope that they will flee as well. If nothing else, it should leave my father without vassals to call upon. However, any who are infected may remain at his side.
I do have a question. Besides drinking or any type of blood infusion, is there any other means of them transmitting this infection?
The most direct method we're aware of is the diablerie. Consuming an infected soul causes the curse to transmit.
I meant if it was something as much as a scratch or a bite.
A scratch or a bite? No. In certain times, how do I explain it? I spoke to my sister who believed that her study of what is happening to us proved that certain disciplines act as a means of transmission as well. Perhaps that is why it has spread so quickly among us. We make liberal use of the discipline of nightmare. And it seems that it perhaps, with the fear we purvey, it worms along with it.
Damn you, limiting my nightmare 2 dungeons in a row.
When
Okay.
this task has been completed, I would appreciate some time to speak with your sister.
If we survive the night, then I'm sure she would be happy to.
Indeed. Let us hope for both of our sake that you do.
Now, while y'all have been talking and having this conversation, the Auspex users will have noticed that the hooded figures are heading back down the tunnel. Like they just were standing there watching, listening. Now they're leaving. They're going the way that the Diablerist ran.
As they're leaving, I'll actually point it out and be like, and do you happen to have any others that might be contrary to our interests? And she'll look straight at them.
Okay. He'll hang on, actually. Okay, just making sure he didn't like roll or anything like that. He notices your pointed gaze and he glances in that direction and he looks back at you curiously. You don't get the sense that he sees what you're seeing.
Okay.
But he knows that something's up, that you're trying to convey something, and like he again does this. He has this mannerism of snapping his fangs. He goes, "My father has ears everywhere. He who rules below has not ruled for so long without a vast network of spies, assassins, and general henchmen. They can be anywhere. They are masters of hiding."
And then I look to you, Sarah, and because I had no clue there was other people there. I was like, I take it there was eavesdroppers.
Are they within me?
No, they are. Where's my roll? Where is it? Okay, so you guys.
So because they're moving this way.
They're moving that
way.
They're moving that way. Yeah, you.
Well, because that means that they're moving towards us, kind of. Because if there's a hallway this way.
Slightly, they are moving that way.
This way.
He's standing there. You progressed up to about here-ish, right? Or are you saying that you're all the way?
No, I would have walked straight up.
Okay, so then
it would have been here.
So then, if as they're moving, because they're moving from here, then they would be about
here-ish.
About here-ish by the time you finish that, which means your move distance.
I think if someone with celerity and aspects could intercept them.
Yeah. Your move distance is far enough for you to get within striking distance of at least one of them before they leave the tunnel. Okay.
I take my move.
All right. So you move.
Yep.
All right.
I'm
gonna grab them.
Okay. So give me a grapple.
Well, actually, no, because they're probably Nosferatu, so that's a bad idea.
It's probably a bad idea.
Yeah. So no, I'm just gonna straight up attack them.
Okay. I would say because until you interact with them, they're obviously broken. Okay.
No, I know.
So no one can see.
That's why I'm interacting. So Lesk starts talking to Sarah while Sarah's staring, and then just boom.
Okay, I'm gonna pop vigor and celerity if I see her go to attack.
All right. So you guys, the rest of you see.
If we're attacking them, I can see them. I'm gonna draw my.
Okay. So the rest of you who don't have aspects see Sarah suddenly darting at mid-space. Drawing claws as she goes.
No, I already had them out, remember?
Oh, that's right. You did already have them out. Yeah. So Brant raising her claws as she goes. Lesk hulks out.
5.
All right. So 5. Okay. And her claws rip through the air, and as they do so, you see a flash of black cloth and then a spray of blood. And there's a pained shriek as this hooded, cloaked figure suddenly is present to be seen.
How many of them are there?
There's only one that you see now. Oh, that's right. You have aspects. That's right. Yeah, you can see 3 of them.
Well, I aim at the middle one. One she's not attacking the next one.
Know how many there are too, because I told him.
So I'm going to aim at the middle.
And we're back.
Okay,
right.
Justin said he's attacking the middle one.
All right, so Justin's attacking the middle one. So go ahead and roll it.
And Morbus knows how many there are because I told him.
Mm-hmm.
Justin said 5 successes.
Nice.
So, are we hitting another one? What are you doing?
I can throw.
He has multiple throws.
Okay, so
4 successes.
Oh, so you're unveiling the other 2?
Well, I'm hitting this one again.
Okay.
And then I'm going to hit the last. Okay. Oh, wow, there. So this one is.
I'm on the process of running over there with celerity.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to run ahead of his knives.
Yeah, on the same guy.
Okay.
So we've hit all 3, right?
No, that was the second guy.
Second.
He now has hit the third guy.
I'm gonna hit the last one now.
All
I
right.
hit the third person.
Falcon will shout out, leave one of them alive.
10.
Justin rolled a 10.
Damn.
Seven successes on the third.
All right. Let me
So
calculate
four.
this up.
You said 5, 4, then 7.
Yes.
So 9 on the middle one and 7 on the second one.
Correct.
And I got 5 ag on the
Yep.
first one.
All right. So, in that opening exchange,
What?
in that opening exchange, Sarah tears into one, and then a trio of knives go whistling past her shoulder, and you see a new guy get revealed, and then a third guy gets revealed.
Okay, so I go ahead and attack the one that she attacked with 6 successes. 6 act.
All right.
And so those were the only 3 that I saw, right?
Yeah, those are the only 3 that y'all saw.
Well, let's hope there's no other ones then. One would hope with those successes, but you never know.
Hang on, doing math.
Double check that.
All right, so
It says 3.
Sure.
It says 3.
Okay,
Lie.
so that was my first attack.
one
I'm
second.
attacking.
Hold on.
One second. Catching up. Recording things and double checking a thing real quick. There it is. There it is. All right. So your first attack
With 6 act.
was 6 egg. You
On the one she did 5.
this was the same one that Sarah hit earlier, right?
Yes, this guy should be axed.
Yeah. So as soon she's
No.
like cleaved out his midsection, and as he's reeling, and you come in with the cat tar, you like shove it down through his shoulder, and like it bites in, and as you're going to do the follow through to like cleave him all the way through, he looks at you, and like his jaws open, and like just this mass of tongues are rippling in his mouth because he has the huge ruined mouth. And he screams, "He will feast on your soul!" And then he ashes on
He
your
dies. Fuck you. Okay. So the next attack, which is on the second one he hit, I rolled a 9. I have 9 again on my guitar. So I get 12 again. That's a 7. So 16 plus 25.
So 25. So 5 successes? No, 6 successes.
No. 16 plus 25.
Oh, plus 25. Well, shit.
Jessica said, no, that's not right.
It's a good thing.
Richard said 40.
It's just with that extra 5, just...
That's what you tell you.
12 successes. 12 ag on that bit.
12. Okay, well, that guy. So, hang on. This guy.
That's right. That's
Way to
right.
Make my attacks look like
As I do that, I drop Mask of Tranquility just for another.
Okay. So there's 12 ag on this guy. And that's the guy that had 9 lethal on him. Nope. Okay. Sorry. I was like, okay, even if he soaks with resilience and spins to heal. No, he's still dead.
Nope, it's done.
Try. So you gut that dude, and as you're ripping him apart, he screams at you as well. "The king will destroy you!" and then bursts into ashes. Real quick. I need you to roll me your resolve and composure. Twice. Yes, you, Jordan.
Oh, yeah, Berserk. Wait. Why?
Just roll it.
Yes, he said so.
Let me do the Berserker one first.
Okay, yeah.
I'm good.
All right.
Good.
So give me resolve plus comp.
Oh, I know why. Goddamn nightmare bullshit. Hold on.
Are you using Nightmare?
No, Justin, it's the King's Nightmare. Yeah, there's Prophet of Doom. 12 success. I'm sorry, 2 success.
Oh, I was like 12 success. Shit.
It's Nightmare. I have good resistance against Nightmare. No, another 2 successes.
All right, so 2 successes and 2 successes. Okay. All right. So you're mildly intrigued over the fact that they have the presence of mind to scream this at you as you're ashing them. Most people are just howling in agony, but other than that, you're kind of like, okay, that was weird.
Would I have to roll to kind of figure out what they were doing since I've heard about it, or I'm just
you can do that after we finish the fight.
Okay, I will move to grab the other one.
Didn't you just attack twice? Isn't that your turn?
That is my turn, yes, but that's what I will be doing. Okay,
so yeah, so you can use your movement. Oh no, you already moved though because you used celerity movement.
No, I did. I'm just telling you what I'm going to do next time.
Oh, okay, all right. A little bit. Okay, yeah. All right. So at this point, I think we have both Terrell and Fulkin that get turns.
Yep, I already took mine
on this surprise round. So there's one dude left, and I believe Fulkin wanted to leave one dude alive.
They haven't said that dude's name, right? The leader dude?
No. This last dude has 7 lethal on him. He looks like he did not enjoy taking Drake's knife to his throat.
It would be nice to have a bolo arrow where he just shoots the arrow and it like wraps up their legs and shit.
Go all Green Arrow on this shit. So there's one guy. He's got 7 lethal on him.
That would take strength.
And both Terrell and Fulkin get a turn. Yeah. Who wants to do a thing?
Well, I want to kill him, but if we want to keep him alive, then he can stay alive.
So what are you going to do? Majesty him and tell him to stop?
Yeah. No, I don't have a problem.
Oh, okay.
All right. Well, he's
hey, you have Nightmare 3? Oh, but that would be a bad idea. Right?
He's going to full move. Is what he's doing now. That's it. He's just booking it.
Oh, okay.
That is going to be his action here. All right. So Fulkin's looking up things.
Oh, he's running.
Yeah. The last guy's going to attempt to run, but I'm waiting to see what Fulkin's going to do.
I should be able to outrun him when my turn.
Because both Morbus and Rigoletta have celerity too.
I no longer have. He's probably got his back to me now, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. 1 second. I gotta change the plans. Change the plans.
Plus, you're above him, so catching his eye would have been tough.
Yeah.
Did Fulton drip down?
Yeah. Yeah, he was wearing a suit, then he was wearing a hoodie, and now he's wearing a white beater. I don't know.
I got warm.
Got fluid.
Striking looks works for Majesty as well, right?
I believe so. Because it amends any...
It affects presence and intimidation.
Oh, it's presence and intimidation, so not this one. Okay, I can't use it for that one.
Any of the magic skills that use presence, it works for.
So I have a pool of 12.
Okay.
I rolled a 4. So 3 successes on entrancement.
Okay.
It makes him a willing servant of the vampire.
Okay.
He gets to resist with composure BP.
See, that was 3 successes you said?
Mm-hmm.
All right. He continues to flee.
Okay. So that was the best that I could do without killing him. But that's my turn.
I would shout to Rigoletta if she can to grab him.
All right.
Say, Letta, get him.
Rigoletta gives the exaggerated bored sigh of the
Come on, Letta.
and
Come
then
on.
swoops across the chamber.
She's bored because she don't want to do it.
Yeah, she's being lazy. They get to about about there,
I'll ask about that.
like right at the edge of the chamber, and she does her stretchy, springy thing and jumps on him, and they roll around for a bit.
Yeah, they do.
And he comes up on top. He starts to pull away, and she's like, he's stronger than I thought.
I get over there.
Okay. So when you get over there, you'll be able to jump on him, and y'all can wrestle him down.
Wrestle him down. He's like, no. And we pull down his pants. He's like, no.
Nightmare Dick!
All
right,
and then he's like, ah.
I think between the Nos, David, and Gangrel, we would hopefully get him.
I'll say, press X. For the love of God, press X.
Yeah, it's a Nos, David, and a Gangrel. That's never a good combo.
All right, so you guys wrestle him down. Y'all have the third hooded dude.
I drag him over to the
Back to the middle.
Yeah, back to
Back over there.
the swollen skull dude. Like,
All right.
this, I believe this is what she was talking about.
So
I'm sorry. I cannot hear what Justin is saying.
It's not important.
Oh.
It's talking. He typed Nightmare Dick on Google and it popped up. Freddy Krueger.
That's pretty horrifying.
Yeah. Anyway,
I am horrified.
so oh wait, where's Toast?
Oh, she ran over to the kitchen real quick. She can still hear though.
Yeah.
Okay, I dragged the guy. Well, with Rigoletta, obviously, but dragged the guy over there, and then I'm like, I believe, and I point at Sarah. This is what she was talking.
Sarah straightens up and then looks at the leader guy and points out, perhaps your father distrusts you as well, monsieur, and leaves it open so he knows himself.
I'm sorry.
I know. I just make him speechless.
No, I'm trying not to have like just hawk up a huge loogie right now.
I'm trying not to have the urge to snap his neck. So far, he stayed quiet though.
He says, "You may call me La Roche."
Oh, not that guy. I meant the guy I'm holding.
He says it
Yeah,
right.
Roche. Cool.
Yes.
I'm gonna put my mask of tranquility back on. I don't want the little guy.
Okay. Yeah. The room calms down visibly as they no longer feel the BP7, though. They still are on the edge over Rigoletta and Fulkin.
Yeah, the BP6s.
Yeah.
I have Chaos, the hooded dude.
Okay. I have Chaos him, and as you delve in, you hear the churning chorus of whispers. And upon seeing him, you see him standing in a file with like 4 or 5 other guys wearing the same style of the hooded rags, and they kind of like snap to attention and then all drop to a knee, and you hear a voice say, "The hour has come when at last we shall have both parts of this great city. I will not suffer it to fall to some impudent creature from the black pits who thinks himself our progenitor. Our time has come to rise, and Paris will be ours, and then we will come for the Imperium as well." And your vision fades out after that.
I'm confused. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Translate.
Yep. So you guys have got him.
Sweet. Dude, get off your phone.
But yeah, Sarah would have offered LaRoche a bloody hand to shake.
Okay, he would shake it.
What?
She said Sarah would offer him a bloody hand to shake.
The leader guy, not the captive guy.
Yeah, the leader guy. He shakes it.
And I would look to I would ask, because Vulcan was the one who wanted to keep him alive, and Sarah was the one that was kind of, I'm letting her take lead on this.
Mm-hmm.
And I also look to LaRoche. I'm like, so what do we do with this meat? And I say that with a evil fucking grin. I love it.
He kind of leans down and looks at him, and bares his fangs and says, and he speaks to him in French again, which at this point does that power last for a scene, Sarah?
Yeah.
Okay, that power last for a scene. You would need another roll to interpret. Jordan. No, I was saying Jordan.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That's the translator is still up though, so it is for you.
Okay, I got like 2 successes.
Huh?
2.
Okay. The question is fairly simple. Just ask, where is my father? And the vampire just kind of snarls and says something along the lines of, not something. You get, I will not betray my oath to the king.
Mm-hmm.
And LaRoche kind of gives a disdainful snort, stands a shrug, and says, "He's no more use to us."
So, Vulcan will come down and, is anybody even still there?
Oh, there we go. Okay, I'm back. Sorry. Oh, wait, that was a long freeze.
Yeah, everyone
well,
froze for me.
Oh, damn. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so what I was going to say is that Vulcan would come down from his little perch and walk over to them so that he can interrogate that dude.
Okay.
That's a 10. Wait, no.
Nice.
No. I need to stop rolling with that dice. It's actually a 1.
Okay, so that's 33. He gets to resist with his resolve and BP. So I got 9 successes. He can resist with resolve plus BP. Or try to.
What are you trying to do to him?
I have no sounds coming out, man.
Ah, there we go.
Okay. Oh, yeah. I can count them. I rolled a 1, then I rolled a 4 just to get the 1 off there.
Okay. There we go. Okay. All right. He rolled a 1. So, I mean, what do you want to know from him?
Who do you serve?
What I said.
That's what King of Worms.
Who else do you serve?
He looks confused. And he repeats, the King of Worms, he who rules in the deep, the ancient horror, the first nightmare.
Why were you in this room?
He sent us to keep watch. He knew that he would send you. That eventually, that this would not go unnoticed. if ever there was a time to strike, it would be now. He expected his enemies to come.
Why? That's Sarah asking.
Oh, Sarah asked why?
Yeah.
Because the city below and the city above have always been at war.
No, why now? Why does it matter?
Because my lord had planned to move against the Imperium.
How?
He has spread his fear to every underworld across Europe. Every necropolis, every Nosferatu, every haunt has heard his cry. We who have been damned to the dark, we who have always been made to dig in the deeps, will rise up against the usurper clans who have demanded that we be subject to them. The Imperium would fall. There would be only one king.
And so your king has decided to rule above as below.
He has. The time is right. The Imperium is weak. Everyone knows.
That is kind of true.
That I cannot argue with. Where is your king now?
He sits in the hall. The dead reaches. And he kind of like, well, he's being held by Rigoletta and Morris, but he looks like he would be gesturing if they weren't grabbing him. And he goes to do that and then just kind of gives up. He's like, you will find him below, two down, inside his great palace, in the heart of the great city.
Vulcan will turn over to Sarah and ask if we should have this one issue our challenge for us.
Should you think about it for a minute and then just say no, we should issue our own. We don't need anyone to speak for us.
It would have more weight.
You calling me fat?
No one said you were
enough.
She says it completely straight faced.
And I would say completely straight face. No one said you were doing the challenge.
Rude.
No, he would not call you fat. He would call you flat chested.
Shit. That's better shits than you do.
She's not wrong.
All right, so Vulcan will command him to open his mouth, and then he will
take his tongue?
slice out that tongue.
All right, so you get it. You cut out his tongue.
Sarah would sigh heavily.
Rigoletta,
I don't think it's only human.
Rigoletta kind of like just looks at Vulcan and is like, I really shouldn't find creepy hot, but that was hella creepy.
That was hella hot.
Like she looks like she's judging you, but is also disgusted with herself.
I give no shit.
That probably didn't kill him, does it?
No, he just doesn't have a tongue anymore. He didn't look like he liked it.
Now that I have his tongue, I'm gonna force it down his throat.
Okay.
And then I look at Liz. I'm done with him.
Wait, what?
Sarah just shakes her head.
Okay. So, because I'm still in, I know I'm still in Berserk. No, I'll, because I'd have to roll. Yeah, I'm just gonna.
You're just gonna what now?
I'm just gonna break his neck.
Okay. You can coup de grace. So you just
I
kind of kaboosh, and he.
literally stand there and I just go.
Yep. And his head turns completely around, and then his body just crumbles and turns to ash and dust.
Can he throw up where he does it? Like,
I need everybody to give me
Everybody in the club get tipped.
a resolve and composure roll. Is mundane.
That's 8. So I have 2
Your
successes.
success.
No, actually 3. Sorry, 3 successes on that.
Okay.
Damn it. That's a 1. I failed.
And
I
I
got
rolled 1 success. Okay, and I got another 3 successes for that. I think I had a berserk one I needed to roll. I rolled it anyway, just in case. I got 3 successes on both.
Okie dokie. You got 3 successes. I see 1 for Terrell. Wraith rolled a natural 1. You rolled a 4. You rolled a 3. Okay. So.
Brett, go lay down.
For reals.
Oh my god.
King of Worms.
Okie dokie. So, he is Ash now. LaRoche, does his little.
Okay, there we go.
Does his little fang snap thing, and says, "I must go and issue my warning to my siblings. You will want them as far away from my father as possible before you face him."
Sarah asks him to pulls a business card out and scribbles an address on it and gives it to him.
Okay.
Says, consider that safe haven.
Okay.
It's just an address to a warehouse.
Okay.
Because it's out of the way.
Right.
And since it's her place, then she'll deal with ramifications if they happen. But
right.
In case they need to go topside, then there you go.
All right.
I would again suggest that you would have anyone that you do not want to be cleansed with fire get out of here.
He gives a nod. He gives a nod, turns and gives some rapid French orders to his people, and they like kind of scurried towards the way that you guys came in, and then they take that left up that little that path that Vulcan was standing on, and in record time they clear the obstruction of that tunnel that was blocked off there, and they start scurrying through that gap. He looks at all of you, and he looks skeptical for a moment, and then just kind of gives a semi-respectful nod, and then heads off that way.
Okay.
So you guys are standing now alone in this chamber. There's a bunch of ash on the ground around you.
Awesome.
And the way down is through the back of that chamber, so over there.
So what happened with me with rolling the 1? I don't understand.
Oh, I'm making notes. It's things that will happen later.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
Yeah. So y'all can progress down.
I
progress.
We would have. Do we have to warn our people up above, if there is any, that there are people coming up? I don't remember. Did we leave anyone behind?
You didn't leave anybody behind at the train station that I'm aware of.
I didn't.
And these people, I think, and they're gonna. These folks are gonna head straight for Sarah's warehouse, so that they'll avoid the surface as much as possible.
Okay.
Until that point, so they shouldn't run into anybody. The only people I think that might need to be alerted would maybe be Sarah's folks, but
yeah, she would have told them to show the card.
Okay.
In order to get passage, basically.
Okay.
That's why she keeps them.
Right.
In case she needs to send people somewhere.
Sounds good. All right, so
you don't have to
also any change in the surface as far as the as far as the surface with the party.
I mean, yeah, if you text your people, you hear that things are picking up. Word is that whatever this thing is going down tonight. No one. It's still kind of this underground thing that where very few people are aware of the location. But the good money now is on the fact that on that address that Explicit sent to you guys that's where it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's going to go down at the stroke of midnight. That's what everybody's saying. There are lots of people on the street, all gothed out and vamped up and stuff like that.
Should have texted him back, by the way, just telling him to be careful.
And Lyle's holding a concert.
Yeah, and they look like nothing. And like from what everyone can tell, it's all just mortals cosplaying and shit and being like, I'm a vampire.
Huh?
I couldn't hear what you said.
He's reading something.
I'm reading that style that you told me.
What I'm picturing, stealthing, basically comfort.
So let's see, y'all. So y'all can progress down.
Okay.
Look at my thing. So yeah,
I'm
y'all
fine
can
with
keep going forward. It goes
I would
that way.
say the same in the same pattern that we've been doing.
All right. So y'all can go that way.
Would I? We went into a new area. Would I need to throw out some more fire traps?
Yeah. The last fire traps that I'm aware of you left, where you've only used 2 of them, right?
Yes.
Up on the 2nd level. So this whole area is untrapped. And so, but so far as you know, the only way forward that is like large enough, because they sealed this tunnel over here behind themselves.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they sealed this tunnel over here behind themselves. The only way forward that you know of is that way. So that's the way that leads back up. And as you guys move through this passageway here, you find yourselves entering into a complex system of chambers and passages and tunnels. This is where where traversing is going to get tricky.
Okay.
I'm going to need somebody taking point on the survival roll to find the way down.
I'll do that. Okay. Well, if there's spaces, I could put a trap or 2. All right. So what do I need to roll for the survival? Just a basic.
It's going to be wits plus survival. Your tunnel, I think your tunnel sense, I don't remember what it gives you. I think it's like a +2 or something like that, or you don't get lost. Or your tunnel rat.
Yeah.
Tunnel rat would apply to this. I just don't remember what it does.
I can put.
I think Sarah has direction sense.
Mm-hmm. It's usually more helpful above ground, but it does help a little below ground. Tunnel rat.
Knowing, hey, we're doubling back.
Right.
You know, maybe not what the right direction is, but she knows where the long ways are probably.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, come again, Jordan?
I'll put a trap where they had cleared out and they left that way. I'll put a trap over there.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, sounds good to me. So that uses 3 traps now.
Yes. Okay. You said wits. All right. So, and I have a bonus in navigation. But,
cool.
So 5, so that makes it 6, 10, 15, and then whatever bonus I get from Tunnel Rat.
It's a +2 from Tunnel Rat.
That makes it an even 4 successes.
All right, so 4 successes. So you're able to find your way through this maze of twisty passages. Let me clear the screen. Where is it? Clear drawings. Okay. You're able to find your way through the maze of twisty passages, and as you're coming to what feels like to you, it should probably be the end of this level, which is all just big underground caves. And in them you see some small forms of what look like they had set up places here. But what this looks like is probably if the upper level was sort of like outlying towns, this is kind of the field and stuff before the main city. So a lot of this looks like places where there would be small encampments, little outposts, and underground watchtowers, basically for anything that's coming up on the main city below.
Okay.
And as you're coming up to the lower one, you find those great gates that he mentioned. They are big, massive, black stone edifices that are operated by a series of chains that flow into big holes on the wall. From the outside, it does not look like there's any way to open them. Fortunately for you, they are ajar. And from beyond, you can hear just the echoing sounds of distant chaos.
Okay, there's fighting. All right. Well, then I'll go up and open the door.
We were saying that we weren't going to the city proper, were we?
This is the outer edge of the city thing. From what he told you, there were the gates, and then you had to pass through the next level down where there's a big chasm. And then on the other side of that chasm is the city.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I would suggest someone taking point while I open the doors, just in case something comes out. But I will.
All right. Yeah. Morris will step up and like do the tactical thing of like gun over your shoulder, waiting for anybody that's gonna. You. Yeah. As you try to pull the door open, Rigletta draws her sword and shield. I need a perception check. Everybody's.
That's a 10.
And those of you with danger sense get a +2.
I do have
Perception's wits composure, right?
Yeah, with some composure. You said roll for you?
Yes. Sorry.
All right. That's an 8. You said you have danger sense?
Yep.
Okay. Oh, your sheet got stained.
Yeah, that was a while ago.
14.
8. Okay, 8. Okay. So you got 16. That's 4 for you. What do I have in successes over here? 3, 4, 5, 2. Okay. All right. So everybody. Looks like everybody but Drake sees this coming. Unfortunately, that low roll of 2. As Lesk is gripping the edge of this huge stone door and pulling it open, and the chains are starting to move, there's rustling up above you, and as you look up, you can see in the shadows amongst the stalactites all this motion. And you realize that they are bodies moving, vampires crawling on the ceiling. And in the shadows, it's hard to tell, but as we start, then they just start dropping. And there's dozens of them. And they're brandishing. Nobody has anything like a proper forged weapon, but they're brandishing things like firemen's axes, big-ass crowbars,
So we're in Rapture.
steel baseball bats with barbed wire wrapped around it, all that shit. And there's dozens of them. They all just drop from the ceiling towards you guys.
We're in Rapture.
I need an initiative roll from everybody because we're going into fight.
Okay. Roll for that then. 8.
I got 20.
Nice.
I don't know.
19.
All right, so
I don't
I'm
know.
gonna
Initiatives
go
are-
ahead.
It's on my sheet.
Okay.
I think it's base 10 against armed opponents.
Okay.
But it says on the sheet.
Stupid key. All right, I have Terrell at 20. 1 second, I'll count down in a sec. Oh my god. Now I will be Sarah.
Five.
I see. What's the +5 for?
That's against armed opponents.
Oh,
I can
My problem got.
right. I forgot about that. Okay. So,
And it's 1.
okay.
I'm missing something.
All right. So, that's okay. All right. I'm starting up at 25.
I am missing something.
25.
Hold on.
Okay.
I missed the thing. Yeah, I forgot my dice roll. I was just adding my pool. Okay, go ahead.
All right. So starting at 25. Anybody higher than 25? Oh, Vulcan, where you at?
I am at 25.
Oh, okay. I saw you waving around. I was like, what?
I don't think he was ready.
All right, 25. Vulcan. All right, so I have Vulcan 25. I have Sarah 24. 24. You're at 24?
Yeah.
Okay.
Damn it.
What's your base?
Toaster gets to go first.
Oh, right, Sarah. Yeah, that's right, because of the tie. Stupid tie. Lask. All right.
One of these days I am going to tie with someone.
All right, so let's get 24, 23, 22, 20, 21? 22, okay. So let's see. 22 is Drake. 21, 20 is Terrell. And let's see, 19, 18, 17. Yeah, okay, so that's everybody anyway. Real quick, let me
For all 20 and above. Nice.
Oh, cool. You mean the Persona one?
That's distracting in doing that.
Sorry.
Man.
I
Bing, bing, bing.
didn't think everybody would be all ping, 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 ping.
I kind of hate that about Facebook now. I hate that it's all like, everybody must be notified.
Sides.
1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. Okay. All right, we're gonna try to do this real quick. We're coming up close to our time. All right, so top of the round.
25 minutes.
Yep, top of the round, Sarah. There are 8 of these guys. You guys are gonna have to fight. The rest of your dudes are forming up around you. What?
Wait.
Oh wait, you get your pack, don't you?
Wait.
To your initiative.
Wait, I always forget this.
So you actually have a pack this time.
Wait.
She still goes.
Yeah,
You're cheating in plus
I
one.
always forget. Always forget. And I refuse to fucking forget this time. I don't care if my thing burns.
Do you want me to go straight?
No.
Everything burns.
Where is it?
Oh, the pack blooded.
Well, even if it's plus one, she still goes first. Because she ties with Ben.
But then they both go first. At the same time.
Well, but I thought hers makes her go first.
It does, but he has a merit that makes him go first too.
We were wrong at it.
You didn't have the dot.
What is this?
I bought it.
Oh, okay.
And, then well, because I was like, fine. What?
I refuse to forget.
I thought it was just a plus one. It should have been defense.
Sure it is per person.
Per person, yeah.
I think. Hold on. Yes! Okay, so what was I? Was it 24?
You were 24. You were tied with
I was
less.
at 27.
Okay, so you're 27. Okay.
So she's still first. Okay.
So still first.
Still first!
but not because of Krav Maga.
Not because of Krav Maga.
Her merit does not activate. All right, so you're either way, you're top of the round.
But this way, if anything else comes in, she doesn't automatically go first.
It's true.
That's something we'll have more.
That's true.
So there is a method to this myth.
Isn't your thing gonna burn?
Yeah. I'm just gonna pick one for now.
Okay.
Just pick one and go for it.
I see someone.
15.
Mm-hmm. All right. You're attacking? All right.
Yes, I
All right. Actually, that's gonna be.
do! Ah,
1, 2, 3, 4. All right. So, closest one that drops to Sarah, she claws at and gets him. Vulcan! You are next. 1 second or 1
no!
success.
Can I yell at people to go, like, just to move, to get through the doors?
Okay. They are not wide enough open for anybody to do anything but, like, squeeze through. So.
I'm not squeezing through. I'm gonna kill all these people.
Are we like all bunched together or something, or are we just?
Let me draw it. Draw the thing. So we have drawing. We have a drawing board for a reason.
We do.
Sarah.
We do. This is true. All right, let's see. Freehand. Black. So. Right.
You can go first. I'm the bad guy.
And then. No, stop that. And you guys are going to be red.
You want to slide the King of Worms.
Here we go.
All
right, so whoa. All right, so the black is the gates. The red circle is roughly where you guys are. They are kind of just dropping just around here, just all in here, and then like they're rushing up at you. There's a few that drop like right next to you, but most of the others kind of dropped out in this out in that big purple circle area. So you can move. This whole area is flat though, because it's meant to be like have vantage from the gates, from the gate side. But those gates are not open wide enough for anyone to do anything but try to like squeeze through one at a time.
Okay, so all right, I understand. So I got 5 successes with my rapier.
Okay.
To slash dude.
All right.
The nearest dude.
That dude will get slashed. This guy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okie dokie. Lesk! It is your turn. Y'all rolled high, so y'all all going first.
That's a 10.
Oh, yes.
Roll again. That's another 10.
Well, damn.
This dude is dead.
That's a 7. Okay, 27. I gotta look. This is a new pool. 6. 8. Alright, my normal pool is 8. So 27. So 35.
The mathenings. Yes, ma'am.
I believe that's 10 successes.
You take the boundaries.
I believe that's 10 successes. 25.
1 second, honey. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's 10 successes. Okay.
10.
Okay. That was a strike, or are you doing another one?
No. I'm not striking.
Oh.
I'm activating Phantasm. It's not Nightmare. I'm not activating Nightmare.
Oh, I'm sorry.
All right. It says upon each, for each. Okay. I can do off of basically a sense for each success. So I got way more than that. So this activates on all their senses.
Okay.
I'm doing Phantasm. If I could find the picture, I'll upload what they see. It's a group of. Okay, it says, I do have to specify a target. So, reach additional sensitivity. So, Ivan, for Phantasm, if I get like an extreme, more successes than just one, and I activate it against more people.
Is this one of your phages?
Huh?
Is this one of your phages or what? Which one? Which one? This is one of the phages.
On ectophage, yeah.
Okay. Let me double check it and look at it real quick.
All right, while you're doing that, I'm gonna look.
The dog is so happy.
Yep.
Brett, lay down.
This would fall under the rule of exceptional successes, which essentially mean that that the power like gets a cool upgrade in one way or another. In this case, I would say that your target is sincerely affected by the phantasm. It is no longer just an illusion to him. It is solid and real. So you can create whatever that phantasm is to him, be it, convincing him that he is on fire, or being crushed, or something of that nature, and his body will react accordingly.
Oh, I didn't know I could actually affect them with. I thought it was just stuff in.
Yeah, usually things like that is like it does what it says, but with 10 successes, I'm going to go ahead and give you an exceptional success on this. I don't usually do exceptionals and dramatic failures because they're kind of shitty when they happen sometimes. But we'll roll with that since you got 10 fucking successes. So
well, I was just going to make it where what looked like a group of phantasms appear behind them. So while they're, like on this, like on the left of the purple circle, it would be over there.
Okay.
So it's like a group of these, like skeletal, long-fingered things, or like a group of those, just like all of a sudden behind them.
Okay, sure. I'll let you spread that delusion to 5 of them.
Okay.
Since you got 5 more successes than all 5 senses, so
we will do that.
Yes. So 5 at the back start shrieking, thinking they're being ambushed by horrors.
Okay. That's what I want.
Let's see.
And double check my phages, and that costs 1 blood.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Alrighty. Next is going to be more boosts.
And that would be, just 5 of them.
Yep.
That's it's an instant, so, I would not think something like that would be reflected.
Yeah. So you got 5 of them. 5 of them have now stopped charging towards you and are instead turning to face these imaginary foes.
Okay, there is no resist against this power, but they can do a perception check.
Yeah.
But it's up to you because you said it's an extreme, so they...
Yeah.
They may have... It said a simple success, but it's up to you if you want to do more on that.
Yep. Let's see. Next one is going to be Morbus.
I circumvent the nightmare cripple.
So he opens fire into the crowd. It's going to be 4 on that guy, 3 on that guy, and this one.
Send one of them.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Main field, and there's that.
All right.
On that.
So Morbus does his gunslinging thing.
Okay.
Just opens up, just boom, 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 and shoots 3 different targets.
Okay.
Next is gonna be Drake. Drake, what you doing?
Yes. Well, I'm gonna do something different for my.
He said he's going to be doing something different for his time.
All right.
5 successes on the first throw.
Dordal. These Maquette and their multi-target nonsense.
What was that one? 4 successes on the second throw.
All right.
Oh, you're just hitting one guy, right? All right, so 5, 4, and 4 against one.
Is this all into one dude?
Apparently, I didn't know that, but yeah.
Well, they didn't die.
Okay. Yeah, he's hitting one dude with it.
Okay.
So 5, then 4.
And
If
4.
he's still standing, I guess another 4.
So there's 9. Yeah, so that guy's torpid.
Nice. Good job. Drake not draking it up. He's asking if he has time to teabag.
I mean, you have to run over there and then teabag him.
Yeah. He hasn't moved yet.
You have to move.
It's an action, I think.
You can move to him, but I feel like teabagging is probably an instant action.
He's sad.
Nah.
I feel like it takes you time to teabag somebody.
What if you teabag someone so much that it starts counting as reflex?
I would.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Why would you want to learn to reflexively teabag?
I'm just. It's anyway. All right.
Anyway, let's see. Ringolette is taking her turn. Let's see. All right. So she knocks down that guy that Sarah clawed with her shield.
Might as well. Fuck it. Might as well.
And then it is Terrell's turn.
Okay.
Oh god.
I'm gonna run over to the dude that Justin forfeited, full dodge, and teabag him in the head.
All right. Teabagging is an instant action.
Yeah, but I have my thing lets me full dodge and attack. So.
It's true. So you can full dodge while teabagging.
I thank the God that
So you're dancing.
other of us are doing good because
Teabagging. All right.
that was
So next guy.
I attack.
that's true.
Let's see here.
You can use Nightmare, but again, like we had learned.
Discipline cards.
There.
God damn it! There it is. Okay, so Terrell, I require you to roll composure and blood potency for me.
To keep maintaining that defense. Roll runners. Oh.
16.
16?
Yeah.
Okay.
And
So let's see.
And if you're using a mind power against me, it's 18.
Okay. It is a mind power. That's 4 successes.
yes.
Okay. Then you are. Let's see. So what happens is, as you're dancing over that guy, dodging and teabagging, one of the dudes.
How's that feel, mother?
Hold up. I can't hear him, Jordan.
One of the dudes that took bullets from Morbus and is rushing in, turns and nightmares the shit out of you. You lose a willpower.
Okay, hold up.
He said, hold up.
This is Shatter the Mind, by the way.
I figured. I hardly ever use that one.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't. I kill things too quick. I don't, and that's a long-term one. He's looking. There's
Okay.
something. Yeah.
God damn it.
Okay, good.
What happened?
I thought I had a power, but it,
Oh, you don't have it yet? All right, so you lose the willpower, and you lose your next action.
okay.
You can still your defense still applies, but you cannot dodge.
You evil
You
person.
got a teabagging out the way already.
Yes. The next guy has to get up because Regaletta knocked him down. The next dude is torpid already because Drake. The next 1, 2, 3, and 4 dudes are busy fighting Lesk's phantasms. The last guy can do a thing. That's fine. That is fine too. Throws back his head, and his jaw like splits open, like segments into 4 parts, and he releases this shriek that echoes through the cavern, and is soon followed by a vast amount of response shrieking. And down the tunnels from which you came and through holes in the ceiling come pouring multitudes of bats. It's just a huge living cloud descends into the chamber and starts spinning and whirling around all of you guys and your opponents. Everybody is now at a -5 to attack anybody else because of how dense the cloud of bats is.
Everybody is?
Yes, like mundane attack rolls. Them against you and you against them.
Okay.
Yes.
I couldn't stand still and not get it.
That's it.
I can't hear you, Ivan.
Oh, sorry. I said the bats have come. It is top of the round. It's Sarah's turn.
Okay.
She's apparently aroused by the fact that the bats have arrived.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I bet she can do something about it. I could too, but at the moment I don't know.
I'm fancy.
So are they actually attacking or anything?
Not yet. This was just Call of the Wild. All it does is summon them here.
Okay, so question.
He has to then spend the next turn to tell them to do anything.
Can
There's just a lot of them.
Can what's her face? Dana like contest his control?
Interesting.
She can try. It depends on what you want her to do. Tell them to do, though.
This is a mental effect, though, right?
I believe animalism does count as psychic discipline. Let me.
Because you're telepathically communicating with animals, right?
True. However, even if you end his mental effect, unless you have animalism yourself, you can't actually tell the bats to do anything. All you can do is keep him from being able to control them, really.
So they would have their last order, but
they would have had all they heard, because Call of the Wild. Let's see. Hang on. It calls out in a feral voice and beckons all creatures of a specific type, in the given area is compelled to respond. So they are. It is psychic in that they are compelled to respond, but all they heard was "come here."
Okay, so that wouldn't necessarily do anything at this point.
No, it wouldn't do anything. That's what I was saying. All he was able to do with that turn is call them here. It would take him the next turn to then use obedience to make them do anything.
Okay.
So if you see him making them do something, then you could counterspell that. But
Word.
Yeah. And so you could tell Dana to contest him or something like that, and she'll do that thing if that's what you want. So you can shout that at her. Talking's free. So
I'll do that.
Okay, she'll do what she can to keep him from getting control of them if it looks like that's what he's doing.
Can I help?
Justin's asking if he can help with that roll.
Yeah. Justin, you can roll if you have obedience. Let's see.
Yeah. He does.
Mm-hmm. If you have obedience, then you can just call out and make them and ask them to do whatever it is you would like them to be doing. Can you see what?
Yeah, I would know this. What's the roll for that?
For what? For obedience?
No, for his control.
Oh, for
the animal.
For Call of the Wild?
Yeah.
It is presence, animal kin, plus animalism. Did you ever buy animal?
Yeah.
Okay.
I just don't have that. I have it.
Gotcha. That's right. You have feral with at least.
Oh, actually, Dana's master, isn't she?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Just
we want
have-
him on too.
Potentially.
She could do that thing. Yes.
Yeah. So let's
That's
do
a full of 10.
Okay.
because then it's not the same kind of contested.
All right.
And I'm trying to find my rule for my curse. Just a second.
Okay.
Justin's rolling his teamwork roll. I don't know if he has to do that on his turn.
It'll take effect on your turn. Dana's plan has changed as per rules of her alpha. So you can roll for obedience to get control of the bats, which means that then you can direct them so they're not fucking everybody over. Okay. If you want to do that on your turn, Dana's going to try to keep this guy from doing anything else specifically to mess with you guys. So
Justin got 5 successes on OB.
all right, so that'll come up on your when we get to your turn.
All right. So presence, persuasion.
1 second.
So 5, 4. Let's.
This might be the last round.
It's 9, 23. So 6. Cursing him in his essentially his use of that animal zone of breaking his control over the bats.
Okay.
Essentially.
It puts them at negatives, correct?
Mm-hmm. And it's versus his resolve plus blood potency.
And you roll 23.
Mm-hmm.
6 successes.
Yeah. Oh, he got close. That's only 5.
Yeah, a successful roll. It's going to be -5 for his intended action.
Damn, he got real close too. I think he was literally 1 away, and he would have tied with you. Okay, so you got him.
Yeah.
So he's cursed. That's Sarah's turn.
So she points at him and basically just screams something along the lines of "May your beast tongue be silenced."
I dig it.
I like it.
Vulcan. As the witch screams her curses, you're still surrounded by bats.
Okay, how many enemies are still actively engaging us in the fight?
Let's see, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There is only one that is torpid. There are 3 that are actively engaging you. 4 others are fighting phantasms.
What about the 5th one? There was 5 phantasms.
Yeah, there are 5 phantasms. One of those was the one that Drake torpid.
Ah, okay.
With that first flurry.
Okay, cool.
All right, so I'm going to fall back behind the line of attackers,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'm going to Eye of Chaos that dude who's been torpid.
Okay. Let's see. So you're Eye of Chaosing that guy. In doing so, you are treated to a vision of scampering through these old stones, headstones and tombstones. 4 successes? Okay, yeah. It's pitch black, but you can sort of see. You're navigating mostly by other senses, by smell and memory and touch, and you're hearing this chatter in that kind of fallen low tongue, and it's coming to you with meaning of intruders, food, surfacers, kill, destroy, eat, and you are suddenly aware that you are with others who are of a like mind to yours. They are equally hungry and ravenous, and then suddenly you are aware of this deep, abiding, fearful compulsion in the back of your mind, which tells you that you must not let them get past these gates. And this thought comes to you so forcefully that you are keenly aware it is not your own. And then you set eyes upon yourselves. You, these people, and the people around you, and Lesk trying to pry open the gates, and that's where your vision ends.
Okay. Good deal.
Yep. Lesk,
Yo.
your turn.
All right. I'm just going to pull. It's a. Yeah, it's reflexive. The pull out my weapon.
Mm-hmm.
I forget what it's called. Whatever. I pull out my greatsword.
Oh, Krypton.
Oh,
Let me.
y'all want to fuck off.
I meant to do the other one. I pull out the sword and I
And you
hold my turn.
Okay, you're holding. All right. Morbus is taking aim, and then he stops and he looks around, and he looks very concerned, and he goes, "Do you hear that?" Drake, it is your turn.
To me?
I don't know. Do we hear it?
Should I roll?
You can roll perception. You'll have to roll high because he has Auspex enhanced hearing.
Right?
It's witch composure. 5? Damn.
5 on that roll that I was doing.
Oh, right. That's right. Okay, so, Drake, you got 5 successes. You call out, and the bat swarm respond with a shriek of obedience.
I only got 3.
Okay, you only got 3.
I got 3 as well.
Okay, yeah. No, y'all don't quite hear what it is that he's meaning because there's a lot of the bat shrieking. Drake is shrieking back. Okay, Vulcan, you hear somewhere above all the shouting and the screaming and the bat shrieking, you hear a distant rumbling that is growing closer very quickly, and it sounds like a lot of footsteps. Drake, you get control of the bat swarm. You hear them respond with obedience and asking you what it is that you want.
Are we there?
All right.
It's back.
Okay. I just need to get to the end of this initiative order, and then we can break.
Yeah.
Okay. So the bats scream back, asking you what you want them to do. They're yours to command.
Yeah, what are you gonna do? Attack. Attack who? No, the thing.
Okay. So they it was at one point just a huge whirling cyclone of leathery wings forms up into proper flight patterns and swarms, and then drop onto the enemy Nosferatu, who began screaming and flailing and punching and swatting at the mass amounts of bats that are just ripping and tearing at them with their little claws and teeth.
I rolled for the perception with augmented hearing. It had 1, right?
Yeah.
So 4 successes.
Okay. You are able to pick it up as well, especially since you have augmented hearing. You hear what sounds like a lot of feet, boots headed this way. The exact direction is a little tough to tell with everything with how the acoustics in this chamber work. And Terrell, your turn. Oh no, wait. It was Rigoletta's turn. Rigoletta, hang on, let me see if she hears it. No, she does not.
That's awesome.
So,
Yep.
yeah, she didn't roll nearly high enough. Rigoletta, dashes back into the fray because now she can see.
Yeah.
And is going to hit this dude and try to torpor him. Cool, she gets him.
I would say hold off on the guys that are being tangled up with the phantasms for as long as possible.
Right, yeah, this is one of the other ones. She runs in and runs her sword through him and then yanks it out, and he falls torpid. The dude who had originally... Damn it. The dude who had originally summoned the bats suddenly freaks the geek out and goes into a frenzy. Just starts slavering and screaming and scampering around on all fours. Terrell, it is your turn. Oh, no, it's not. You lost your next turn from the nightmare. But there's no one left to attack you at the moment.
Oh, so I held for no reason?
Yes.
Go. You can still go.
I can still go. I mean, I was basically going to Fool's Guard.
Who is not Torpid who was fighting you guys. It's the one that Sarah clawed last time. Well, first round. He is still not Torpid.
All right. The guy who's frenzying, I don't like that. So I'm going to doubly that.
Okay.
Cleave him in half.
Yeah, that's the kind of thing. I need
Double coup.
with heavy weapons, so 5.
Yeah,
So 21, 26. That's 7 lethal for my first attack.
7 lethal. I think that torpors. Let me check. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that torpors him.
Okay, cool. I'll attack him again.
Okay.
And that's 25.
Cool. He ashes.
Good.
So just goosh.
Send a message.
So as you ash that guy, and the bats are attacking the remainder dudes, and some of the other guys are fighting unseen forces. The gates behind you, the chains start to creak, and the gates start to swing open towards you. And as they do, you guys turn to see an entire new force of slavering, a heavily armed kindred, snarling and huffing, and watching you guys as the big black gates open up. And that's where we're going to pause for this week, since it's now 4:10, and I don't want to make Justin late. So yes, we will pick up next time with the start of the start of that combat and the resolution of the one you're already in, as reinforcements arrive and you guys are caught between both forces. Next time.
Done.
So, do we get experience for this, or are we waiting until the full night?
You get experience. Everybody gets 7 experience.